1986 is underway at Victoria Park between the reigning premiers Essendon and long-time rivals Collingwood. Capacity crowd here at the park and conditions very, very hot indeed. First free kick going Essendon's way to Timmy Watson, and didn't he play a magnificent game in the grand final of last year? Essendon driven forward by Thompson. Great mark taken down there for the Magpies by McEwen. Malane. Rain, centre wing. Number 23 for Collingwood taking the ball is Neville Shaw. Two Shaw brothers in action this afternoon. Manson, Walsh, Wood. Former Richmond captain. Rain's in there for Collingwood. Just can't quite grab hold of it. Good tackle by Williams. Van der Haar put his head down. Could be penalised for holding the ball. Should have been. What did you think of that one, though? I thought he ducked his head.
I thought he did too, Pete. I'll go along with that, but I suppose the umpires have got to settle down as well as the players.
Beautifully long kick by Van der Haar, well up over the centre field area. Moore would miss the mark. Chance down there for Sumner. Umpire had played a free kick to Collingwood, but he calls the play-on rule, and it's picked up by Malane. Malane down towards right half forward.
Manson, Pete, he's gone all blonde this year.
Does look a little different. Doesn't kick any different, I must admit. Little edge out there. Richardson just can't quite grab it before the ball taken over the boundary line by Thompson, and it will be a boundary throw-in in Collingwood's right forward pocket. A minute and a half gone in the first quarter. No scorers yet in our match of the day. Knocked down by Madden. Opposition from Manson. Picked up by Shaw. Gets it back to his brother Tony Shaw. Has a shot at goal. That's not bad. It's there, I think. First goal for the Magpies. And the brothers combine.
Well, that's an encouraging goal. Collingwood 1 goal, 6 points to Essendon yet to score. Into this quarter by just on 2 minutes.
Oh, magnificent goal that.
Great play.
Neville.
Yeah, quick thinking on the part of Neville Shaw over to his brother Tony, and of course that was a great angle shot from Tony Shaw.
Collingwood lead by 6 points, 2 minutes into the first term.
Centre bounce again, knocked out by Fellows. That's his second one. Watson knocks it on. That's Williams coming out with a hand pass over to Wood out there on the centre wing position. Goes for a short pass. It falls short. No one can take the mark. Picked up here by Clark. A short pass. Oh, it's a good mark taken there on that half-forward flank by Terry Danaher.
He was selected at full back.
Well, I thought that would have been a bit wild, but he's a great forward and a great skipper, this guy. We've seen him play some tremendous games. Of course, Morewood's got the chance of, or the job of minding him. He's about 45 metres out from goal, just about directly in front. There's the kick on its way. It's a good one. Salmon gets the hands still. He's got the mark, but I think it's over the line.
Yes.
And it's through for 1 point. So just on 3 minutes gone of this first quarter. It was very late in starting, around about 9 minutes late. 1 point plays 6 points. Out to Williams, a good pass, a daring one. And Williams has got the mark and a 15-metre penalty against Hazard. He doesn't waste any time.
He's got
another 15 metres just as well, because it looked as though Walsh could have got away then.
By real estate from him.
So this gives him out to the half-back flank. A short pass to Tony Shaw, who started off, has got to go back again. So Williams decides to go towards centre half forward. Flying high that time was Neville Shaw. Got the ball out, tapped on by Malane. Got one a bit high, but it'll go to Neville Shaw too, because he was interfered with. And Neville Shaw to take the mark. Plays wide. And there's a mark to Abernethy, a strong mark that time. Abernethy out there at half forward. Collingwood looking good, but it's very early in the game. The ball up there towards the full forward position. The pack fly, it's knocked out. Comes back here now, and Baker gets a hurried kick. He was knocked after he kicked the ball then. Back it goes. Two Collingwood players collide. Coming in to meet it now is Sumner. He was grabbed. The umpire said he didn't have the ball. And Sumner will take the free kick out there on the wing. Collingwood 1 goal. 6 points to Essendon, 1 point only.
Forward, Abernethy looks for Tony Shaw, who kicked a miraculous goal earlier. He's gone for a hand pass. Abernethy again playing better than he did in the night match a couple of weeks back. Van der Haar in the key defence post down there. Can't take the mark. Leaves it to Hawker. Good tackle, Rains. Loose ball out to left half-back flank. Harvey gets around Fellows, but only just. Good tackle by the big fellow. Malane. Oh, getting offloaded was Thompson. Malane gets his kick in. Short pass. Rains, centre wing. Or further down than that, right half-forward flank, but it's a high ball. Donnell, great mark. Banana bender on his own.
Good play on the part of Simon Madden that time. He blocked Barham coming in from spoiling him that time, Pete.
Donnell to take a free kick. Started or came down from Queensland a few years back now as a full forward. Watson. Izzard. Izzard on centre wing. He's gone for a short pass, a very poorly directed kick.
Well, he went off that time too, Pete.
Phillips. And Phillips at centre half back for Collingwood. Former South Australian getting a 15-metre penalty. We've seen, I think, 3 from memory of those dished out so far. He's gone for a long kick. Madden in front and Van der Haar. Plenty of Essendon height there. Richardson, good tackle, gets rid of the ball. Williams fine bump. And it will be a bounce at right half forward flank for Collingwood, doing most of the attacking so far in the first quarter. And as Lou correctly pointed out, still very much early in the game with just on 6 minutes gone in the opening term. Manson. Oh, that's a funny old sort of a kick out of bounds on the full from Burgess. It will be an Essendon ball just up from the back pocket, number 33. Glenn Hawker, one of the best defenders in the game. Abernethy in front playing well at the moment. I don't think you and I were too impressed with his performance in the night match, Lou, but he's done well so far today.
Yeah, he wasn't too hot on the night, though. That's a good mark to Manson. This fella can mark, but his kicking is woeful. That's why he hand passed over to Tony Shaw. Back it goes to Rains. They're in a bit of trouble. Back it goes to Manson. They're going to lose this, Collingwood, if they're not careful. And goes Abernethy, really starring here today. Up it goes to Richardson. Couldn't hold the mark. Williams tries to press through the pack. Barr with a snap at goal, but intercepted here now by Mark Thompson. He goes for a pass. Mark dropped that time by Harvey. Picked up by Smith. Smith's kick is a short pass. Reading the bounce beautifully is Barham. A snap at goal. It's right. It's a goal. And the Magpies are 2 goals, 12 points. To Essendon 1 point only into this quarter by just over 7.5 minutes. And the Magpies off to a good start. What's that again? Barham. Of course, they messed around before that. And that's a goal. So Collingwood looking okay in this early stage. But I should imagine now they wouldn't have the breeze because the breeze would be blowing across the ground. 12 points, plays 1. Essendon down the drain at the moment. That's grabbed here now by Fallows. Couldn't get clear. He's done well in the ruck for those first 3 bounces. Overrunning the ball was Danaher, but the umpire's calling play on. Now he'll ball it up down towards Essendon's centre half forward position. Well, both sides are hyped up. Naturally, Collingwood would possibly be more so playing against the favourites for the 1986 grand final. Ball comes out now, a hand pass coming over to Baker. Baker goes for a pass, it looks good, and Salmon's got away from the young fella Glowry, who's got a tremendous job here ahead of him. Trying to mind sockeye Salmon because this fella could be one of the greatest full forwards of all time. He's got the kick now about 45 metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle. There's the kick on its way. It's a long kick off the top of the pack, and Essendon still yet to score a goal. They've got 2 behinds on the board. The Collingwood 2 goals, 12 points. Well, it's been a pretty good game so far. The standard's been really great, Peter, considering the conditions. It's very, very hot. Not the sort of day you would like to start the football season off in.
The start of the cricket season, isn't it?
It certainly is. The ball goes back now towards centre half back. Rains, there goes the tap on. Williams anticipates beautifully. Drives it out wide. Manson flies again, got his hands on. I thought he pushed Van der Haar in the back. Picked up by Hawker, a hurried kick out wide. And the mark will be taken here by Williams. It'll be a free kick if it's not a mark.
They paid the free kick and not the mark. Essendon still to score a goal. Williams, the centre half forward. Merritt couldn't take the mark. Ball comes out from Manson in turn to Richardson. Richardson goes long. Manson at the back, Van der Haar in front. Manson recovers best or better. Shot at goal. Target, I think, through for 1 behind only. And so a point to Collingwood, taking the Magpies now to 2 goals, 1. Their first behind of the match. It came up at the 9 3/4 minute mark of the opening term. Essendon 2 behinds on the board. Hawker. In front was Fellows, picked up by Big Madden. Madden's left footer around the boundary line. Rains should get there first if the ball doesn't beat him over the boundary line, but it does, unfortunately for him. Rains with a shorter haircut this year. A few new hairstyles in the players out there, and a few new hair colourings. 11 points the difference. 15 is Fellows, 25 is Merritt. Some bumping there. No free kick paid. Loose ball on centre wing. Good bump by Neville Shaw. Collingwood tackling ferociously at the moment. Thompson, Wood and Abernathy holding the ball, holding the man.
Pushing the back, he said,
and should be a 15-metre penalty, surely. Clark will take it. Clark with the new number 12 this year. He's gone for a short pass. Izzard nearly had his head pulled off. Out of bounds, right forward pocket for Essendon, about 5 metres from their goal, or 5 metres from the behind post.
Collingwood certainly tackling a lot better than they did the other night in the Foster's Cup against Fitzroy, and looking pretty ferocious at the moment.
They look a little bit more determined than they did then, certainly. Salmon contesting with Fellows. Salmon wins it. Not a great tap out. Hit it straight to McEwen, I think it was. Lovely sidestep. Picked up by Shaw. Neville Shaw. And of course had a hand in the first goal when he got it to his brother. Byron grabbed it. He had the ball. Collingwood fans looking for a free kick. None there. Donnell takes advantage of that. Down to right half forward, and it's an Essendon ball with the mark taken down there by Danaher. Short pass. Not a good one. Chance down there for Gafer. Baker on top of him. And it will be a bounce at centre half forward for Essendon. So a good opening. Plenty of good tackling. Fellows and Merritt. Free kick will go to Fellows. It's against Roger Merritt.
Doing very well on the ruck, Fellows, so far, Peter.
Yes, he is. Gets it back. Phillips. Short pass. Out towards Neville Shaw. Doing battle with Thompson. It's socked away by Mullane. Mullane playing well. Gathers it in. Good tackle, but he did get his kick in. And the ball staying in play. The opportunity for Van der Haar is well shepherded by Watson. It comes back to former skipper Madden. Madden's left footed very close to the boundary line again, but it bounces okay for Clark.
And Clark's got it out there at half forward. Gets a hand pass. Was under stress that time, but the umpire said it'll be a free kick for holding the man. So Clark to take the free kick out there at half forward. Actually, he's out towards the wing. He's a heck of a distance around from the goal. Collingwood 13 points to Essendon 2 points. Ball back into play again. Off the top of the pack. Harvey tried to get that one out, but he was smothered, and the umpire will... No, he's found a free kick. It'll go to Collingwood to Phillips. So Phillips to take the free kick at that centre-half back position. Goes out wide. Looking out here for McEwen. It'll bounce okay for him if he does that out back. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to lose if he's not careful. It's a bad hand pass. But it's finally picked up now by Sumner. The ball driven up to centre half forward. No one there for Collingwood. That was nearly interference. I think the umpire's going to pay it. It'll go there against Neville Shaw that time. It'll go to Mark Thompson. 15-metre penalty. Ball out to the centre half forward position. Fellows in front. Couldn't hold that mark. A chance for Danaher, but he can't pick it up. Picked up by Glenn Hawker. A hand pass coming back now to Merritt. And Roger the Lodger goes for a hand pass over to Clark. This could be a goal there first. That was the point. Oh, he had the chance of a lifetime because he only had to kick that ball from about 10 metres out. 2 goals, 1-13. Collingwood to Essendon 3 points. Into this quarter by just on 14 minutes. That's the first for 1986. We certainly hope that you're enjoying this direct telecast wherever you may be throughout Australia. To the 7 network. Knocked out by Fellows, doing a great job. Oh, Morwood run into a brick wall through Baker, but backing up well there was Rains. He's got a paddock to run, and he runs to the centre of the ground. Then he lets go. He can kick a football. 2 over the half-forward line. The pack fly. They all miss that. Tapped on beautifully by Manson. Over it goes to Burgess. It's a goal. Great play on the part of Manson that time.
What was a fight on?
Box on here now.
Not in the goal square.
Well, I think they've been hanging out for quite some time. I expected this to happen long before this, Pete, on such a hot day. But they may calm down.
Manson being spoken to.
Well, he's kicked the goal. That's the time you walk away from the top. We watch that again. Rains with a long kick up there, and you watch Manson get this ball out quickly. There he goes. Taps it on nicely to Burgess. And it's a goal. Well, Collingwood now 3 goals, 1-19 to Essendon, yet to score a goal. 3 behinds on the board.
Barham, Burgess and Tony Shaw, the goal kickers for Essendon, for Collingwood. As Lou said, Essendon yet to score a goal. On Seven's big league, 16 points the difference, 15 minutes gone in the first quarter. The 86 season off to a spectacular start here at Victoria Park as Merritt puts Essendon into attack down towards their right half forward flank. Oh, Salmon, great mark. Right over the top of Glowry.
Well, that kid's got to play him in front all the time, Pete. He'll have no hope playing from behind because he's such a great player to position himself.
So Salmon directly in front, and he's only about 15 metres out from goal. He's already kicked one behind.
Now you watch how long Salmon takes to kick this goal because he knows the importance of it.
I take it you're assuming he's going to put it through for a goal.
Well, I reckon he would, Pete.
I must agree with you. He shouldn't miss from there. 15 metres out. Paul Salmon, Essendon's first goal coming up at the 15 3/4 minute mark. Fine mark from Salmon. And he'll probably finish the day with about 6, but it makes the difference 10 points, 3-1 to 1-3 in the first quarter.
Well, that young kid, Glowry's got to play him in front all the time. Now, he's a new boy playing his first game, and, of course, he's giving away at least 13 centimetres, which is 5 inches. You watch this again. The kid will have no hope at the back because he just can't reach over the top of him. He's got to get it.
Madden off the ground for Essendon. I don't know whether there's an injury problem. Spencer has come on.
I think it could be because of the heat, Pete.
16.5 minutes gone, 10 points the difference in the first quarter. Williams out of the centre for Collingwood, down towards half forward, almost taken by Neville Shaw. Second chance, grab, but not in possession, I would have thought. He'll take the free kick at the right half forward flank. Playing well so far too. In fact, both the Shaw brothers are. We expect that. Mullane had the sit, couldn't take it. Watson tries to spin out, gets the hand pass out. Neville Shaw almost into, or Tony Shaw it was, has left to Glenn Hawker though. Hawker's kick around the boundary line, bounces over it, and it will be a throw in on centre wing on the outer side. Wind blowing today from the north. Probably run about the 10 or 15 knot mark, but a great day for football. Probably a better day for the beach.
A better day for the supporters rather than the players.
Yes,
Pete.
I think so. Fellows and Williams are the flyers for Collingwood. Nobody can gain control with that. It's out of bounds, a little bit closer to the Collingwood end. Probably about 10 or 15 metres, and that's all. Number 23 for Essendon is Spencer, who, as we mentioned, has just come on. And pushing the back.
Well, he was lucky to get that.
I'd say so. I had to look to see which way he was indicating. Tony Shaw. Manson and Vanderhaar. Hawker. Hawker's kick is a high one, not well directed. The mark taken by Sumner on centre wing. Looking for Manson. Ball past Williams, out of bounds again. Right half forward flank for Collingwood. Only 18 minutes gone in the first quarter, and it will be a boundary throw.
And there's 10 points the difference in favour of Collingwood, getting off to a good start in this first quarter. Ball knocked out the Neville Shaw. He's been their star player. We see Donnell missed that one, a chance for Richard. Hawker's right on his tail. He's got the jumper tagging him. It'll be holding the ball against him. I thought it could have gone the other way, but
agree with you.
we always say the umpire said he didn't try to do something about it. It was a good tackle by Hawker.
Playing well too.
Ball back there to Fellows, got under that one. Picked up here now by Watterson. It goes towards the boundary line. Kicked off the ground that time by Williams, but too late. And the ball is out of bounds up towards the centre wing position on the outer side. A capacity crowd here today, round about the 30,000. As we said before, looks more like a cricket crowd rather than a football crowd. Now, not a great day to start the season off as far as the players are concerned, because they're going to sleep well tonight. They'll be very tired. Scrimmage again, and the umpire will ball it up out there on the centre wing position. Of course, Salmon has already kicked one goal, and Collingwood have got 3 goals on the board. And who are the goal kickers there, Pete?
Barham, Burgess and Tony Shaw.
And they were pretty smart goals that Collingwood kicked in the early stage of this match. Well, there's a good tackle. It'll be holding the ball. That was a great tackle by the Collingwood skipper against Williams. And there's no doubt about this fellow. He certainly sets the example. He's one of the most inspirational players the Magpies have, if not the most inspirational.
3 kicks and 1 mark to Mark Williams.
Ball goes back there towards, oh, there's a high mark taken that time. He went for a quick hand pass. That was Spencer. A bit foolish, could have gone back for the kick. Thompson gets it over now to Wood. That's Wood back now. And Timmy Watson breaking clear. He's been a bit quiet today, but that's, bad hand dropped that time by Clark. In goes Phillips. He's in trouble. Down he goes. Late pounce on top of him. He got one from Merritt. But the umpire said it'll be a free kick. I thought it was a fair bump by Merritt. He couldn't do anything else that time. Phillips goes wide, looking for the Collingwood captain. He's got the ball out there at half-back. Still 10 points the difference in favour of Collingwood. Today the wind is pretty strong, but it blows across the ground. Ricky Barham. Oh, mark. Great mark. There's no more brilliant player than this fellow when he's firing. There's a lead coming for Manson. He's dropped it short. Manson flies. Van der Haar, they both get under it. Backing up well is Mark Thompson down there at centre-half. Back goes wide. Looking out there from Michael Thompson. Thompson does a nice little turn. Short pass. No one there. Fellows goes in, overruns the ball. It's a bit of kicking going there. Wild kickings that goes out wide. Baker goes down from one. No, McEwen goes down, I should say. Players smothering the ball there, and the umpire will ball it up out there on Essendon's half-forward line, about 50 metres out from their goal. Collingwood 3 goals, 119. To Essendon 1 goal, 39 points. Into this quarter by just on 20 minutes.
Bounce left half-forward flank for Essendon. And now it's going to be a boundary throw-in.
I think you'll find, Pete, that the wind, you can kick goals either end on this ground when the wind is strong, because it blows just about across the ground.
It is, yes, from the north this afternoon. Morwood scooped out the Phillips. Best way to describe that, I think. Over to Shaw. Back to Smith. Got one for his corner, a little bit too high, but no free kick for that. Smith again. Second chance. Phillips defending well in the first quarter. Not a good kick by the former South Australian. The opportunity for Donnell, and he makes the most of that, certainly. Gets clear of Barham. That's not easy to do. Chips it into the centre. Watson. Thompson. Watson. Watson coming into his own now. He can go long, does so. He'll be looking for Salmon. He won't get that one. Fellows almost had the grab. Little Izzard. Snapshot for goal. I think he might have put it through. Salmon, yes, 2 goals. 15 to 19, 4 points in it. Seven's big league from Victoria Park.
Well, I think we picked him out, Salmon, as the danger player. You watch Watson come down the field. It wasn't the greatest kick in the world as far as Salmon was concerned, but this time he was playing the part of the rover, which is not his normal go. And, of course, such a great player coming off the ground as Clark. I think he may have been coming off, or was pulled off the ground because he didn't go in quite hard enough for that little infringement before.
4 points the difference. Essendon coming back well after Collingwood had got off to the better start. Socked away by Williams. Down towards Tony Shaw. In pursuit is Thompson. Neville Shaw, I think it might have been. Thompson finally wins out. Chips it in short to Baker. Baker at centre field. Goes straight down the ground. Izzard on his own. Takes the mark in front of Sumner. Izzard left half-forward flank. He's gone for a pass. Not a good one. Morwood was there. Salmon late on the scene. Tries to gather it in. Second chance. Hand pass. Glowry's got him. No, he hasn't. Picked up by Baker. Baker's kick is a high one. Into the goal square. And it will be touched through, I think, for one behind. Yes, it is, says the goal umpire. And so a point to Essendon. 3-1 to 2-4. It's 3 points the difference in favour of the home side.
Waiting now for the ball to come back into play. Essendon bouncing back. Collingwood shocked them a bit in this first 15 minutes, but they're now starting to get their balance a bit. Ball back out there to Ward. Fell short. Well, we see Gayfer should have gone it a bit harder that time, and there'll be a ball up here for sure, about 45 metres out from the Essendon goal. They're trailing by 3 points. Collingwood 3-1-19 to Essendon 2-4-16. Waiting for this ball up. It'll be Merritt against Fellows. It looks as though he's going to do all the ruck work today, Fellows. Well, he didn't quite get that one out. Another scrimmage developing here. A hand pass coming out now to Harvey. He'll snap it goal, but he's off target, so that makes the difference. 2 points.
Had a lot of opportunities up there, Luke.
Yes, they have, but they've had pretty strong tackling against it, particularly fellas like Phillips doing a great job down there at centre-half back, Pete, on Roger Merritt.
2-5 to 3-1.
Short pass. Phillips again. That was the boy I was talking about. A long kick out wide. Baker coming in for this one. Neville Shaw there too, and he was in the thick of things in the first 15 minutes, but Mark Thompson's bounced back. So it's out of bounds on that centre wing position. 2 points the difference in favour of Collingwood. Knocked out that time by Spencer. Going after it is Waters.
Second quarter of Victoria Park. Essendon lead by 5 points. 4-6-30 to 4-1-25 over the home side. And a free kick. No, it's not a free kick. Yes, it is.
Someone's gone over the line, Pete.
Free kick going to Wes Fellows, who, as we mentioned in our quarter-time summary, has rucked pretty well so far. And that's a great long kick. His dad would have been proud of that one up towards the full forward position. Hawker paddles the ball out further wide. Picked up by Gary Foulds. We didn't see too much of him in the first quarter.
Came on late, Pete.
That explains why. Chance for the Magpies to gain possession. Ball scooped out to Mullane it was. Back and turned to Neville Shaw. Neville Shaw short ball up towards Manson. Perhaps should have grabbed that one. Once again a chance for Foulds. He gets ridden into the ground. I must get a free kick. Gary Foulds, I think we could say one of the veterans of the Essendon side. Gaffer got high, couldn't take the grab in front of Williams. Still can't gain possession. Williams in front this time and might do so. Good tackle by Gaffer.
Tell you what, Gaffer's a real goer, Pete.
We saw that in the night match, didn't we, a couple of weeks back?
You could say that Gaffer's no, well, it's no gopher. He doesn't go for a mess. He goes after the ball.
So a bounce at the minute and a quarter mark of the second term. Still no addition to the quarter time score, which shows a difference of 5 points in favour of Essendon. Knocked down by Spencer, picked up by Williams, who dived into the turf looking for a free kick. He didn't get one. And again, we'll see a bounce. Certainly looks a capacity crowd here this afternoon. There was talk of playing this match, of course, at the MCG on tomorrow, Easter Sunday. Given the same weather conditions, they probably would have got about 70 or 80,000, but that wasn't the thinking. And the mark is taken by Neville Shaw, both Shaw brothers, to the fore. In the first term, they combined for the first goal of the match. It was a ripper, kicked by Tony. And Neville Shaw has a chance to bring one up here. He's a long way out, though, about 50 metres, and all on his own in the goal square is Paul Bean.
And Van der Haar doesn't waste any time. He goes out wide to Walsh on his own down there in the back pocket. He's kicked it out towards the wing position. Knocked away by Morwood from Danaher. Going in is McEwen. Danaher backs up and McEwen will get a free kick for interference. Collingwood certainly surprising all the critics here today. They're showing a lot of aggression, and they're only 5 points down at the 2-minute mark of this second quarter. Shocking kick, but there's Van der Haar again. He's playing at full-back today. A little bit quiet in the first quarter, but he's bouncing back now as the ball goes over the centre line. And there's Fellows, no doubt the best player. Oh, that was a mark.
I would have thought.
Oh, golly, but he's got it back again over to Abernathy. Abernathy's kick is out wide. Knocked away from Hawke, but the umpire's paying the mark that time.
Different umpire.
Well, there's a wrestle going on now between Hawker and Smith. What a day for wrestling, really. It's pretty warm out there, around about 33 degrees. That's Spencer, I should say. Oh, that was a, well, I thought Fellows' mark was one if that was one, but the ball comes back now. Oh, Gaffer's grab couldn't get clear, trying to break clear. Abernathy again, showing a bit of go about it this time as the ball goes out wide. Mullane breaks clear. It was a brilliant mark as he drops the ball short, looking there for Manson, but he's behind. The ball is tapped out. Not much chance for Neville Shaw. He got into his opponent's back that time, but the umpire still called play on. There's a scrimmage. This will be a ball up for sure.
You said Mullane's mark was a good one, though. I thought it was a gutsy grab. That
certainly was. Well, he's a great player. He's a gutsy player, Pete. Into this quarter by
nearly 4 minutes.
Billy Pickin getting ready to come on, and the crowd ready to give him the best round of applause he's had for a long time as the ball hits the deck again. Bit of fumbling going on. Going after his Waterson. Was he pushed in the back? No, the umpire said it's out of bounds.
So a boundary throw in, right half forward flank in front of the Collingwood Social Club stand. Not too many Essendon supporters over there. So the Magpies should be able to get a rattle on here. Over the top, Big Manson gets it down to Neville Shaw. Will he get the bounce? No, he doesn't. Loose ball off the ground from Tony Shaw, I think it was. Out of bounds, though, on the full. No. Boundary throw. Right next to the behind post, Collingwood's right forward pocket. And the big chance for a Collingwood score. Still no addition to the quarter-time total. 4-1 to 4-6 in favour of the reigning premiers. Knocked down by Manson. High tackle from Hawker. But it will be a stalemate. Collingwood fans, naturally enough, not happy with that.
He's an amazing player, Williams, the way he goes in after the ball. He doesn't worry about anything at all, does he?
It certainly leads by example as Baker comes off the ground for Essendon. And Clark coming back on. Knocked away by Manson again. Picked up by Thompson. Beautiful turn. The hand pass I couldn't describe with the same adjective, though. The opportunity for Richardson. It's a real scramble out there. May see another bounce. No, it's a free kick for Collingwood.
Yes, he got on Barham's neck. He was grabbed around the shoulder, Pete.
So it will be a free kick to Collingwood.
That was a good decision by the umpire because there was a lot of players around there to pick that one out.
Mr. Miller didn't see it, but we may be able to take a look at it, perhaps after he takes the kick. Anyway, the important thing is that Ricky Barham has the chance to bring up his second goal for Collingwood. Barham was originally named on the interchange bench, but started in the 18. Barham directly in front, 30 metres out. Fans behind the goal indicate that it's 4 points, and it is. Collingwood hit the front again in our match of the day at Victoria Park. It's the Woods by a point, 5-1 to 4-6 on Seven's big lead.
Well, Ricky's had 5%. Watch that again. Now, you watch them all stack up here now. He was virtually pushed in the back. Goes after it again, Ricky Barham, coming in for the second time. See him grab around the shoulder?
Yes, he didn't play the first one.
I think it was against Walsh, wasn't it?
I think so, yes. So Barham 2 goals, Richardson 1, Burgess 1, and Tony Shaw 1 for Collingwood. Salmon has 3 for Essendon and Merritt 1. A point the difference in favour of Collingwood. They're doing well in the ruck too, the Magpies so far, led by Wes Fellows. Again, a free kick going Collingwood's way. This time it's taken by Tony Shaw. He's gone for the hand pass out to Sumner. Sumner from left half forward flank, long up the full forward. Van der Haar is there with Manson. Van der Haar in front. The opportunity for Neville Shaw, but it's out of bounds, and it will be a boundary throw-in 20 metres from the scoring area.
Waiting for the ball to come back into play now. Collingwood in front by a point. They trail by 5 at quarter time. Ball back into play again. Fellows against Spencer. The ball knocked out to Williams. He overruns the ball. It's a chance now for Ezard to break clear, backing up well. And there's a mark. Good mark there to Terry Danaher, the Bomber skipper, out there on the wing position, a long way from centre half forward. Pushed out by Phillips, backing up well as Donnell. He's got to pick this one up. They go after him. He's grabbed. He got a hand pass away. Backing up well as Wood goes wide with a wild kick. In comes Gayfer, taps the ball. Good play by the young fellas. He gets a hand pass to Phillips. Tapped on beautifully over to Malay. And Collingwood full of running now as they go forward. He goes for a kick, but he got tackled that time. Took too long. The hand pass come to the umpires. There was a push in the back. He might have been very, very lucky. He took a fortnight to kick it.
It is a little bit of indecision. I think he was in 2 minds to go for a kick or a hand pass, Luke.
There's a lead now coming out by Manson. He's picked it up, but he's grabbed. In goes Neville Shaw, playing a great game here today. A hand pass coming back now. The ball knocked on by Gayfer. Back to Manson. It's a high hand pass. Back to Burgess. Punched away by Walsh. Tapped on again. Gayfer grabs it again. He shows a bit of guts as he goes down. Van der Haar's grabbed a wide hand pass out to Mick Thompson down there at half-back. Not much style here as the ball goes out, and the mark taken by Harvey out there on the centre wing position. Harvey with a long kick over the half-forward line. Up goes Merritt, misses the ball. The ball comes back to Sumner. Right on his tail is Ezard. Ezard shows a bit of finesse as he picks the ball up, snaps it goal, and the Bombers are in front now. Great play on the part of Ezard. So it's Essendon. They're 5 goals. 6:36 to Collingwood, 5-1-31.
Well, Ezard making the most of his chance there, a fumble by Sumner. Sort of nudged him out of the way with the forearm, and Ezard took the ball. Beautiful snapshot, didn't even look where the goals were. And popped it through for his first goal, and it regained the lead for Essendon. Essendon by 5 points on Seven's big league, 5-6 to 5-1. The second quarter in progress, nearly 9 minutes, knocked away by Fellows again, doing well at the centre bounces, and they certainly need him. Madden still off the field, it would appear. Walsh tries to crash through, didn't have the ball. Richardson went without it. Opportunity again. Burgess, long for Collingwood. Could be a goal! Could be, yes! I think so, touched!
That was a great effort by Van der Haar then.
He's playing well at full back.
Yes, Manson was trying to block him out, but he stopped it. He got his hand around him and touched it.
4
Watch
points
it again, Pete. Beautiful long kick by Burgess. Magnificent kick. And you watch Van der Haar. Got the hand around over the top of the shoulder there to touch the ball.
Ball in the meantime comes back into play. As I said, 4 points the difference is the mark taken by Thompson. Thompson a little short of half back. Long kick. Out to the defensive side of the ground. Knocked away by Danaher. And down there for Essendon is Ezard. He kicked the last goal. Wood. Williams, strong grab in front of Sumner. He'll play on. He'll just about score a goal. Now goes for a short pass. It's a gem. Salmon. He's kicked 3 goals, 2 so far. And on a ground that probably doesn't have good memories for him. He hasn't completed a game here in 3 seasons. He started in sensational fashion this afternoon in these very summery conditions. So Salmon, 5 kicks so far for a total of 3-2.
And the big draw, you can have Billy Pickin taking the ground, replacing Smith, Pete.
Interesting to see where Pickin goes. Got to fall forward, but back with this kick. 4 goals to Paul Salmon. That's through. He'll kick 10, I think, the way he's going. He's in sensational form. 4 goals to Salmon. Essendon lead by 10 points. 6-6 to 5-2.
Well, Billy Pickin's gone down there to full forward, and let's see what's happened to Manson.
Manson wasn't leading enough, Lou.
Well, they've got him at centre-half forward. There he is. And of course, Van der Haar was well on top of Manson. Of course, the other bloke down there doing a marvellous job, Salmon. He's kicked 4 goals already, as Pete said.
Back into the centre, Collingwood by 10 points in our match of the day on 7's big league. It's left to Watson. The high kick doesn't travel much distance up to half forward. I just about played that as a mark. In fact, the umpire agrees it's going to Frank Donnell. And Essendon starting to get into something resembling top gear. And they annihilated Hawthorn in the grand final. Salmon couldn't take that one. Ball taken over the line by Phillips. It'll be a boundary throw in left forward pocket for Essendon. 5-2 to 6-6 in these hot conditions. Pleasant for spectators, certainly, but for the players, a long afternoon. They're earning their money today. Knocked away by Fellows. Down it comes to Clark. Good tackle by Gaper. Izzard, dangerous, close to goal. Threaded that one, has he? No, one behind. And so it will be a point to Essendon. They lead by 11 points, 32 to 43 at the 12-minute mark of the quarter.
12 minutes gone, 11 points the difference in favour of Essendon. Starting to look really strong at the moment. But Collingwood putting up a great show here so far. As the kick back into play towards centre-half back. Fellows in front couldn't hold that mark. Hawker gets a hurried kick. It's a high one back there towards the forward pocket. And that's a strong mark by Malone. Well, in fact, he's played a fair game. It's a bad hand pass. What a shocker. Trying to find something. Gave it a Merritt back there. It goes to Izzard. It's a goal. I would know it's a point. Well, they were lucky to get away with that. That was foolish play on the part of Malone.
As he'd be playing well too.
Well, they're under tremendous pressure down there. You go for the long kick and try to clear it away and get it out of the danger zone. You've been such a good player too.
I'd say just about their best, wouldn't you?
One of their best, Pete, as the ball comes back into play again. This is a dangerous kick too, and a bad one. And a bad kick in that time by Glowry, and the mark taken here by Mike Thompson. Now, he's about 45 metres out from goal on about a 45-degree angle. See where they can kick this one. The Whips to see whether Salmon can mark this in the pack. Now he's gone out of the goal square. And that's a good kick. That's a goal. That was a bad kick in by Glowry. So it's Collingwood 5 goals, 232 to Essendon 7 goals, 850.
The writing's starting to appear on the wall, I think.
Well, it's looking that way, Pete. They're starting to settle down, and of course they're a great football team.
For a start, when you've got a northerly blowing and you're kicking out from fullback, I would have thought the long kick to the outer side of the ground.
Well, that's why I would have kicked the ball, but that's the defensive side of the ground.
And he went short to the other side, and Thompson had no trouble with the breeze over his shoulder to put it through for an easy goal.
Well, then again, the young fella's got a very difficult job today. First of all, minding Salmon and trying to do the right thing all day. We see the ball coming back there now. Rains overruns it, but gathers it up again. He's in trouble, tries to find Rich. He's grabbed. There's a chance for a goal. There's a hurried snap looking for Billy Pickin. And Van der Haar. The ball tapped back there. Going through that time was Williams. He goes down. Coming in to meet it now is Waterson. He's grabbed. Back it goes to Foles. Picks it up pretty well. A hand pass comes over now to Mark Thompson. The ball back around there. Coming to smother it is Donnell, and the ball is out of bounds on the centre wing position. So the difference is 18 points in favour of Essendon into this quarter by about 17 minutes. Is that right, Pete, by that clock up there?
14 and a half.
14 and a half. It's a good time clock Collingwood have got here. There's a hand pass coming out. It'll go out of bounds, so there'll be a throw-in from that centre wing position. Waiting now for the ball to come back into play. 7-8 plays 5-2 in favour of the Bombers. Starting to look pretty good in this second quarter. The ball hurried down there, and there's now he got under that one, Clark, that time. Gafer showing a bit of go about himself, goes after the ball. He was grabbed, didn't have it. The umpire will play a free kick. And I like this fellow's style too. Ball back there towards the centre of the ground. Fellows in front, it's tapped out. Picking it up beautifully that time was Williams. A hurried hand pass. Back there to Thompson. That's Mike Thompson. Back to Williams. A short pass looking there for Salmon. Couldn't get down low enough that time. They smother him, and the umpire will ball it up. Every time he goes near the ball, the Collingwood supporters close their eyes, I'd say, Pete, because he looks mighty dangerous, doesn't he?
Kick 4.
Kick 4 so far out of their total of 7, and they're in front by 18 points. Picked up this time by Richardson, that knockout from Merritt. Thompson flying high. That was a beautiful mark by Thompson. Over the top of the pack, the little fellow.
McEwen moved to Salmon as we see that in replay. And Salmon is marked in the meantime, leading out beautifully. And he's directly in front of goal, about 20 metres. And one would suggest he'd have to fall over to miss it, which will bring up his 5th for the afternoon. So Paul Salmon with 6 kicks, 4 marks, 1 handball, and 4 goals, 2 to his credit, shaping up as man of the match. How do you stop this fellow?
Tank.
Oh, he might have just sliced that one, has he? I'll wait on the goal umpire. No, it's through. It's veered off a little bit. The goal umpire moved a couple of metres, but it's through for 4 points and 5 goals, 2 to Paul Salmon. Out of Essendon's total of 8 goals, 8-8 to 5-2. 56 plays 32 at Victoria Park.
And they've got McEwen on him now, but the most dangerous part about this fella is his versatility, Pete, because he can take a mark over his head. He's such a great lead, too.
Seven's big league from Victoria Park. Salmon has 5-2 to his credit in our match of the day, and Essendon really in top gear at the moment, and Collingwood looking set for what I think is going to be a bit of a drubbing. They started off well, but Essendon looking the goods at the moment. Donnell comes up with the ball, but it's going to be a Collingwood free, and the recipient's going to be Glowry. As we mentioned, he's been taken off Salmon. I'm sure he'll be glad of that. Manson was the flyer for Collingwood, couldn't do much about it, neither could Burgess. It's left to Vanderhaar.
He's looking good too.
He is. They've got stars at both ends of the ground. That's a good mark, is it, for Morwood? Will it be paid? Yes, sir. Morwood at half-back. Short passes out wide and effective to Richardson. In turn, downfield 20 metres. A mark to Tony Shaw. That's a good grab. Tony Shaw right on centre wing in front of the interchange area. Collingwood going the long way home, though. Walsh in front. Had the grab initially. No mark paid. Down goes Williams. It's going to be a bounce at right half forward flank for Collingwood, and they badly need a goal. In fact, make that about 3. They trailed by only 5 points at quarter time, but Essendon have gone right on with the job to 8-8 to 5-2 at the moment. Harvey. Haven't seen too much of him so far. They haven't needed him, perhaps. Glowry got underneath the ball. Opportunity for Danaher. Now umpire Peter Howe has found a free kick for a push, and it will go to the Essendon skipper. The free kick he will take on centre wing. And Essendon have shown today that once again they're going to be very, very hard to beat right throughout the year. Merritt led out well, just couldn't get down low enough for that one. Phillips and Watson. The end result again is going to be a bounce, I believe. In conditions that most players would think perhaps probably better spent on Portsea Beach. Manson and Merritt. Mullane, who's played well so far too. Probably one of Collingwood's best. Phillips has done well too. He's gone for a hand pass. Pickin fumbles. The ball socket away.
Well, a free kick. He might have been lucky, Billy.
I think so. That I would put down as a charity. Billy Pickin's first senior game with Collingwood since coming back after 2 seasons with the Swans, although of course he did play in a night game at VFL Park in the Foster's Cup a couple of weeks back. Vanderhaar vying for the best man on the ground honours with Paul Salmon, and they're both at opposite ends of the oval here at Victoria Park. It's a real scramble out there in the centre field area. It's going to be a bounce.
24 points the difference. A ball up at centre field, and the Bombers are looking really good now. Collingwood started off okay in that first quarter, but they've gradually worn them down, and they've got a very difficult job to get back into this game. Collingwood, they've got no enough forward to take a mark, and of course their defence has been shattered by the brilliant play of Salmon, who's already kicked 5 goals into this quarter by
20 minutes, Luke.
20 minutes. Ball up again. Merritt against Manson. Well, they classed it could be a free kick to Manson. Now it's against, it's going to Manson. Against Merritt.
Always looks better in the ruck, this guy, to me, in a key position.
Well, he was no chance again. Oh, an easy mark dropped by Richardson that time. He was grabbed by Hawker, and of course the umpire will ball it up out there on that half-forward flank position. Players like Richardson and a few of these smarter players have been brought back to the field now, and the Bombers are starting to run over the top of them. There we see Harvey go down from a hard bump. That's a grab here to Williams and push in the back. So Williams with the free kick out there at half back now. Started coming to the game too. He's had 6 kicks and a couple of hand passes. Started off very slowly, but since they've settled down, he's been back into everything. There's nearly a mark that time. He's paying it to Williams. One of the great tryers here for Collingwood. Hasn't stopped all day. Kick out wide, looking for a lead. Coming out as Richardson got under that one. Lost sight, but got a chance to pick it up now. He's grabbed it. He's grabbed down. He goes. The umpire calls play on as we see a hand pass coming back that time from Gayfer. Not a good one, but he was under pressure. Picked up again by Burgess. Back it goes there to Daniels. Taps the ball on. Overrun the ball was Fellows, but Daniels is still having a go at it. Playing against Vanderhaar there, and the umpire will ball it up in the forward pocket position about 15 metres, 20 metres out from the Collingwood goal. And they badly need a goal, trailing by 24 points. About 21.5 minutes gone of this second quarter. Well, trying to force his way through the pack that time was Richardson, but they're going over like 9 pins, and the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Essendon. And it'll be Fowles to take the free kick down there in the back pocket position. Doesn't know where to go at the moment, but they're doing okay, Essendon. Looking pretty strong. Ball hits the deck. Down goes a couple of players. Danaher there too, and Morwood staggered a bit, but the ball is out of bounds on Collingwood's half-forward line. Let's say it's about 75 metres around from their goal. And the wind, a very strong north wind blowing across the ground. It's a very hot day, around about 35 degrees. Capacity House. Watterson gets a hurried kick, and there'll be a mark taken by Burgess out there on the centre wing position. So at the 16-minute mark, the difference would be now about 24 points. And a mark taken there by Billy Pickin. He's got it. 3 grabs, but Bill's in possession. Oh, if he kicks a goal here, Billy, this could lift the entire Collingwood side.
1 grab.
Had a bit of a juggle.
3.
Good on you, Bill.
And about 35 metres out, maybe 40. Is that too long for Bill Pickin? Well, many would say yes.
As far as he can go, Pete.
I think it'd be about optimum distance for Bill. We'll soon see. Oh, sensational stuff from Billy Pickin. I'll bring the grandstand down now as Billy brings up his first goal for Collingwood in 2 years. And he's pretty happy about it too. 7's big league scoreboard, 6-2-38 Collingwood, reigning premiers, 8-8-56.
Well, if Collingwood need a lift, that's the sort of thing that will lift the team. Watch that mark again. Now, Billy did have a couple of grabs, but keeping the eye on the ball, he finally took it down. It was a brilliant goal from Billy Pickin. And that inspiring goal, if Collingwood had got any go about them, that's the one to help them a bit, Pete.
2 goals to Barham, singles to Pickin, Richardson, Burgess and Tony Shaw. 38 plays 56 on 7's big league from Victoria Park. The umpire has found a free kick. It's going Collingwood's way. The advantage well played. Rains takes advantage of it. Up towards full forward. Vanderhaar tries to punch to get it away from Fellows. Not successful. Richardson tries to crash through. It's close to the boundary line. And as stalemate develops, it's going to be a bounce just inside the line. So in Collingwood's forward pocket, a chance for the Magpies to come a little bit closer under these very summery conditions at Victoria Park. That's a boundary throw. Well, Fellows and Merritt both missed it. It's left to Walsh, who just about threw it out. In fact, Collingwood supporters thought so. Thompson gains possession. Gets it out to Brian Wood. Wood's kick is a high one, a real rainmaker. Underneath it, Watson has it thumped away from him by Phillips. Loose ball half forward for Collingwood. Mullane and Thompson clash. That could be a free to Essendon. Yes, no. Collingwood through Mullane. He's played a ripper game today, Mullane. Pickin, can he make it 2 from 20 metres out? Yes, I think he has. Oh, what a shot. 2 goals to Bill. And Collingwood fans finding voice. 7-2 to 8-8 on 7's big lead.
Great play in the part of Mullane then. And Billy Pickin, the old champion, the old favourite of the Collingwood crowd, didn't let him down. You watch this, over to Billy, right on the angle, a difficult shot on the wrong side of the ground for a right footer, but he put it through. A standing ovation for the old champ. They love him here.
So 2 goals to Pickin. He joins Ricky Barham as the leading goal kicker in the match. He'll be proud of that because they've been mates for many years. And Collingwood back with a chance once more. 12 points the difference. 56 plays 44 in our match of the day under very hot conditions at Victoria Park.
12 points the difference. The Magpies bouncing back as we see Waterson pick it up, ready to send the Bombers back into attack to reply. Up it goes now towards Salmon. He's there. He couldn't hold that one. He ducked his head. Picked up by Sumner. Goes for a wild hand pass and the ball is out of bounds. Salmon was looking for a free kick there, but the umpire not having a bar of it. 12 points the difference, and the bloke that's revitalised Collingwood is the old champ himself, Billy Pickin. And does this crowd love him down here at Victoria Park, Peter?
You know what?
Ball knocked out again. Salmon tries to get clear. Did he drop that? The umpire said no. Plenty of scrimmaging going on. Neither side giving an inch and really going in after the ball. And the umpire will ball it up about 60 metres out from the Essendon goal. They're 56 points to Collingwood 44.
And time on in the second quarter.
And it looked as though the Bombers were going to go away with this game, but Collingwood bounced back again. Knocked out by Salmon. The ball, bit of overhead work there as we see Williams trying to get it out. Hawker taps the ball in front of him, fumbles. In goes Mullane. He was grabbed, didn't have the ball. He get a free kick. He's played a fine game here today, Mullane.
At Collingwood's best, he's had 7 kicks, 2 marks and 4 handballs.
Well, he's doing well. Been a very... made one mistake, but he certainly made up for it today with brilliant play. The pack fly off the top of the pack. Van der Haar taps the ball. There's Pickin again. Tries to smother it. Walsh can't pick it up. He's got it now. He's grabbed by Birds. It's a bad kick. In goes Neville Shaw. This looks dangerous. A running shot at goal up there towards Big Fellows and Van der Haar. Neither can take the mark, and it's through for 1 point. So the difference now 11 points. And the Magpies really aggressive, bouncing back. 44 plays 57. That's 13 points the difference. 13 points the difference. Man's getting excited here. Punched away from by Rains that time from Danaher. In goes little Ezard. He's grabbed, gets a hurried kick back there towards Danaher. Danaher picks it up. Goes for a long hand pass. It's a long one. Oh, good play on the part of Abernathy. Over to Williams. Tucked it away from Harvey nicely. Up it goes to centre half forward. Billy Pickin dropped that one. Kicked off the ground by Tony Shaw up the Fellows. He'll turn and step for goal if he can. Now he gives the hand pass back to Neville Shaw. Overranks his fumble. The ball back towards the goal square. The pack flyer dropped mark that time by Donnell. But backing up well as Roger Merritt goes for a short pass. And it's a good one marked here by Mark Thompson.
Thompson from half-back.
Michael Thompson.
11 points the difference. Onto the centre weak position. It's left to Brian Wood, one of the most experienced campaigners at Essendon. He'll look for Salmon, of course. Salmon, got a push in the back from McEwen, but no free kick. Clark around Gayfer, short into the goal. Hawker in the forward pocket. One of the many moves that Sheedy makes. Trying to move players around, and Glenn Hawker has a chance to bring up a goal. Almost in the identical position that Tony Shaw scored the first goal of the match. Got deep pockets at Victoria Park, so a bit of daylight between the posts, and he has put it through for a goal. And that's just what Collingwood didn't need close to half-time. I don't think Glenn Hawker would score too many goals during the season. 7-3 to 8-8, 45 to 62.
Well, that was a pressure goal kicked by Hawker because Collingwood were flat out into attack then. They were running on top of Essendon.
Fellows just couldn't turn, had to go for that hand pass, and then...
It was a bad fumble by young Neville Shaw, but you can't blame him. He's played pretty well up to this stage of the match.
There were just no Collingwood forwards down there on that occasion. 45 to 62 at Victoria Park. We've been playing 29 minutes in the second quarter, so 4 minutes into time on. As the siren goes for half-time, and the scoreboard on Seven's Big League shows 7-3-45 Collingwood, Essendon 9-8-62. Essendon kicked 5-2 in the second quarter to Collingwood's 3-2, and Paul Salmon has 5 goals so far. Can he go on with it? Ball down to Richardson. Picked up by Baker, almost caught in possession, but the umpire calling play on. Donnell tries to crash his way through. Walsh is almost successful, but appeared to get one in the back, and he'll take the first free kick of the second half. Gets it back to Baker. Baker down towards the left half forward flank. Merritt showing stall gift form, trying to get clear. Finally does so onto the right foot. Short pass, trying to find Ezard, almost outmarked. Shot at goal, I think, by Watson. Mark taken by Morwood. Morwood around the boundary line. Shocking kick. McEwen now the man on Salmon. Oh, Salmon beautifully done. Goal number 6. Or has he missed it? 1 point. And so 5 goals, 3. The total of Paul Salmon. A golden opportunity missed there at the 1 minute mark of the third quarter.
Well, he could have run another 10 metres, but he was disgusted with the kick himself. hence the hands going up to the head.
And so it will be McEwen. Can you see Glary on the field, Lou?
No, I think he's off the ground, Pete. They gave the boy a very difficult job against Salmon.
Did.
He's already kicked...
he's kicked 5 goals, 3 now.
Up to this stage of the match. But still, it'll be a lesson the kid will never forget.
So that again as McEwen brings the ball back. Williams underneath it. He's had 8 kicks so far for Collingwood. He's gone for the hand pass this time over to Neville Shaw. Daniels on the ground. Danaher just about caught with the ball. A little bit lucky to get away with that. Manson overruns it. It's left for Baker. Gets around Burgess. No, he doesn't. But Baker comes out with the ball just the same. Baker from centre field. Short pass onto Harvey, showing some soccer technique there. Ducks that one. Runs into another one. Well shepherded. Harvey will get his kick in on left centre wing. It's short. Trying to find Big Spencer. He's just about got the mark he has. He's gone for the hand pass. Chance for Essendon. Goal through Merritt. Away he goes again. Big Roger shoots and has put it through for 1 behind. So at the 2-minute mark, sitting shots missed so far by Salmon and Merritt, 45 to 64.
Well, he had the chance, but there was a damn good tackle by Tony Shaw, enough to put him off balance, and consequently he missed the kick, or missed the goal. Ball back into play again. Williams flies, couldn't hold that mark. Rains comes out of the pack, shows a lot of dash, kicks the ball up towards centre half forward, actually it's out to the flanks, the pack fly. Burgess taps it on, but no one there for Collingwood. Backing up well as Danaher. Kicks a short one, but Hazard missed that. Backing up well again is Walsh. Picks it up nicely for a big man, but Barham's got him. So Collingwood still showing plenty of endeavour. That could be a free kick against him there too, because Barham went down. Might have been acting a little bit.
Just a little. Would have got an Academy Award, I think. Best support.
Fellows against Walsh. Fellows has dominated the ruck. That's a good knock out there to go for. Back it goes to Abernathy. Not a good kick. It's a bad one. Back there towards half forward. Coming in to pick it up now is Daniels. Oh, that's smothered. Picked up by Daniels again. That's a bad kick. Intercepting nicely was Mark Thompson. Back it goes now. Watson dropped that one. Picked up by Williams in a bit of trouble, but gets a hurried kick out wide. Mullane, who's played a great game in the first half, goes again. Nearly got tripped. Down he goes this time, but the umpire said play on. Well, Roger Merritt stuck the hand out, but he broke clear. He caught one from Phillips, but the umpire gave it the all fair. This allows Danaher to run to centre half back. That was pretty... Couple of tough encounters there as Wood takes the mark, tries to play on, gets it back now to Walsh. In a bit of trouble here, gets a kick, it falls short. Collingwood still pretty aggressive, and Brains picks it up. 19 points the difference. A good pass and marked here by Shaw. That's Tony Shaw out there on the centre wing position. Short pass, it'll be okay, and it's marked here by Burgess. Another short pass, and this is Daniels. This boy did pretty well in the night football, kicking 3 goals. A high kick up there towards the full forward position. The back is Pickin. Couldn't hold the mark. 2 Collingwood players go down. Hawker playing a great game. Good hand pass out the fold. Backing up well. He's got a ton of time to kick this one out there on that half-back flank position. Goes for the long kick. Up there towards the half-forward line for Essendon. Phillips couldn't hold it. Backing up is Williams. He gets one in the back, and the umpire will pay the free kick. He set a perfect example here today. Played a great captain's game. 9
kicks in the first half he had, Lou.
19 points the difference. We approach the 5-minute mark of this third quarter in favour of Essendon.
Williams, kick number 10. Danaher has it knocked away by Manson. Tony Shaw gets beaten for it. Waterson puts the body in well. Neville Shaw is left to do the work for Collingwood. Close to the boundary line. One in the back should get a free kick. Collingwood coming out in front of that department. Some foolish tackling sometimes by Essendon, and that one was quite obvious. Walsh in the front position. No, he's not. Barham just about beats him for it, but Walsh comes out on top in the end. Williams again. Over to Morwood, to half forward. Knocked away by Folds. Opportunity for Burgess, still inside the square. Gets around Walsh. High kick into the pocket. Van der Haar getting underneath it. Oh, great mark to Paul Van der Haar. And he's playing an extremely good game in the key defence post. Onto Thompson over the Hawker, who kicked the goal in the second quarter. Shrugs the tackle by Pickin. Short pass. Baker the recipient. Onto Danaher. Skipper's kick is short though. Wood. Gets around Daniels and back to Hazard. Hazard at centre field, adjacent to the circle. Short pass downfield. He had 2 as a target there. Williams has the mark. Darren Williams, after a slow start, coming into the game well. Short pass. Who's he got? Salmon. I don't think it was intended for. Plenty of weight being used down there. Good tackle. Result is a ball to Phillips. Out it comes to Tony Shaw, who's played a great game for Collingwood. So too has Neville. Both the Shaw brothers have done well, and this guy has done well since he came on too. Young Daniels, as Lou said, he kicked 3 goals in a night match. Here's Neville Shaw. Thompson beats him for it. Thompson's playing a great game for Essendon, so is Donnell. Donnell, left centre wing. Short pass, the bomber machine looking good at the moment. Watson inside the square. He's gone for a pass.
Well, they're all into it down there in the pocket, Pete. It's been going on for about 2 minutes now.
A little bit of a dish up. Snapshot at goal by Wood, I think, is off target. Probably out of bounds. It is. It will be a boundary throw-in. Left forward pocket for Essendon.
Well, they've cleaned up everything down there now. They've unravelled the mess.
I heard the crowd roar, but of course, play still continued. And you can see it here. This is what was happening.
Well, it's a typical football fight, isn't it?
A little bit of pushing and shoving.
A bit of wrestling.
Nothing too serious. Now, boundary throw-in. Left forward pocket for Essendon. Nobody can get a tap out of that. Picked up by Shaw again. Does well. Tony Shaw well played over to Abernathy. Abernathy's kick is not long, but very high. Barron doesn't get a favourable bounce. It's left for Baker on the Folds. He can score a goal from there. That looks pretty good, Gary Folds. Full points to Essendon. And so a goal kicked by Gary Folds. Essendon's 10th, 10-10 to 7-3 at Victoria Park.
Well, it's 25 points the difference now, and the Bombers looking good again, and well backed up by Folds. Good hand pass coming over. And of course, since coming on about halfway or 2/3 of the way through the first quarter, he hasn't put a foot wrong. Been a very valuable player over the years. He's had 7 possessions, 5 kicks and 2 hand passes. Centre bounce again. Bombers looking very strong again after Collingwood have been a very aggressive side today. They haven't been disgraced so far. 25 points the difference. Knocked out again, back there towards Morwood. Punched on again by Burgess, back towards Manson. Taps the ball on no one there for Collingwood. Picked up by Danaher playing at centre half back. A fumble by Welsh. Talker, he's played a great game too, but got the ball out. Ball tapped over by Donnell. Waterson out wide now, and there's Harvey breaking clear, getting away from range. He's got the job of finding him out there at half back. Oh, they all fly. There's a free kicks going there. I think it'll go to Western. It'll go on the head door, on the back of the neck that time to Salmon. It was there all the way against McEwen. Got a chance now for goal number 6. And he's been a real star here today. They had young Glary on him until he kicked 4 or 5 goals on the young fella. And of course, young Glary didn't come back on the ground. I think he got 4 goals on him, and 1 on McEwen came on, and he got 1 on McEwen.
He's kicked 5-3 so far, Lou, from 8 kicks and 1 hand pass.
Well, he's about, let me see, he'd be no more than about 30 metres out, directly in front. Shouldn't miss this one. There she is on its way, and that's right through the middle. So it's 31 points the difference now. 7 goals, 345 Collingwood to Essendon, 11 goals, 1076.
So Paul Salmon shaping up as man of the match indeed, certainly by the statistics, and has now kicked 6 goals, 3.
Well, both these sides would be tied because they've been pretty tiring conditions here today. The temperature around about the 33 mark.
31 points the difference on 7's big league from Victoria Park, 11-10 to 7-3.
Ball knocked out by Welsh. Harvey was going to hand pass, decides to go for the long kick, looking for Salmon against McEwen. They both missed that one, but little Ezard backing him up. Well, this could be a goal. He's going to run to an open one, and he's put it through. So it's 31 points the difference now. So they're really looking good.
Ezard's second goal.
Well, it's 37 points, I should say. It was 31 points before.
12-10-82 to 7-3-45. Ezard 2, 6 to Salmon, Folds, Merritt, Hawker and Michael Thompson, the other goal kickers for Essendon. And as the reigning premiers starting to assert their superiority now at Victoria Park. Here it is in replay. Good turn of speed this, Luke.
Very good turn of speed, Pete. He's backed up well. He was a bit quiet to start, but the little men are coming into the game now. He's had 9 kicks and about 2 or 3 hand passes. 9 kicks, 2 marks, 2 handballs for Ezard. Centre bounce again. 37 points the difference, and the Bombers are looking like a premiership side again. Ball punched on that time by Spencer, picked up by Mullane. A hand pass coming over to Abernathy, who looks pretty tired at this stage of the match. It goes out wide, and it's out of bounds on Collingwood's half-forward line. It's Collingwood, 7 goals, 345 to Western, 12 goals, 1082. And things are not looking too good midway through this. Shaw going off the ground. Ball out of bounds again up towards Collingwood's half-forward line. And Smith coming back on in place of Shaw. And that's Tony Shaw off the ground. That's the first time I've seen him taken off the ground for a while. Pete, he must be pretty tired.
Might be needing a rest, though. Gary Foles got grabbed or pushed by Daniels. Down goes Danaher. And finally picked up by Burgess, but it's out of bounds. Well out of bounds, as you can see on the fall. And it will be a kick to the Bombers in the back pocket, probably taken by Gary Foles, or it might be Thompson. It's going to be the latter. Thompson to take the free kick a little bit further upfield, I think, yes, indicates the boundary umpire. Essendon just a little bit too good at the moment after the Magpies got off to a very promising start here at Victoria Park. Is that a mark for Baker, or is it out of bounds? I think it might be out of bounds, Leon. Yes, it is. Right in front of our commentary position, or below it, fairly high on the roof here at Victoria Park. A nice breeze coming through today, which is a little bit cooler in June and July, I can assure you. Picked up by Darren Williams. Williams out towards centre wing, or centre field, I should say. Mark Williams takes the mark for Collingwood. He's played well too. Kick over to, or pass over to Gaper. Van der Haar.
What a great game.
He hasn't done anything wrong, has he?
Got off to a slow start, but after about 15 minutes into the first quarter, he hasn't, as you said, Pete, hasn't put a foot wrong, Van der Haar.
Walker fumbles there, but Essendon backing up as always on. And of course it's Watson. With those familiar runs downfield. What's he given that one to? That was pretty quick. Sleight of hand almost to Thompson. Big pack of players down there. Phillips is in the middle of that for the Magpies. It's going to be a stalemate, and the bounce will take place about 10 metres out from goal, with the scoreboard showing Essendon 12-10 to Collingwood 7-3. Manson and Salmon. Richardson, right back pocket. Into the defensive side of the ground. It bounces just inside Mullane and Williams. Donnell and Mullane.
Donnell's played a fair game too, Pete.
He has.
Been a very handy player.
Yes, handy's a word that you could probably use for just about every Essendon player so far. They're very versatile, and Sheedy, of course, not frightened to swing them around, defence or attack. And Donnell's played in both sides, both parts of the ground today. Out of bounds in front of Phillips. A boundary throw in. Left half forward flank for Essendon. Merritt and Manson. Won by Manson onto Baker. Baker too high. No. Out of bounds once more before Mark Williams can do much about it. And another boundary throw-in will take place. 13 3/4 minutes gone in the third quarter. Manson this time with Spencer. And Manson doing well. He and Fellows have done exceptionally well in the ruck so far during the day. Baker's kick is smothered. He might get an opportunity. No, again, it's coming out to Williams. Darren Williams' kick is a high one. Harvey underneath it. Gets it off the top. Sumner. Gets it back again from Abernethy. Long kick this time. Down towards half forward. No one there for Collingwood. Van der Haar. Oh, Barham makes the most of a mistake that he made. And I think he might have put it through. Yes, he has. And Barham putting through his third goal. And Paul Van der Haar, who has hardly done anything wrong, as we mentioned today, makes a mistake. He doesn't look happy about it. Barham made the most of it. 12-10 to 8-3.
Well, always the opportunist, Barham. You'll see this. Van der Haar should have marked this, and as Pete said, his first mistake for the day. Dropped an easy one and backing up beautifully, and he made sure of the kick too. He dribbled along the ground, didn't take any chances for a goal.
3 goals to Ricky Barham, a badly needed one certainly for Collingwood. Back into the centre, it's 82 plays 51 on Sevens Big League as we approach the 15-minute mark, third term.
Alex Walsh breaking clear, not much attention paid to him there. Punched out by Phillips down there at fullback. There's a go now for Sumner to pick it up down there. McEwen, it is down there in the back pocket. He's gone for a hand pass over to Gafer. He got one a bit high. Did he get a free kick? The umpire said no, and the ball will be out of bounds. No, he's going to pay that free kick. I thought so. Gafer got it very high.
Phillips and Salmon having a little bit of a dish up behind play.
I like this fella's style. He has a bit of a go too, Gafer. The ball kicked up there towards the wing position. No one can hold the mark. Fellows dropped that. Picked up by Williams. He's really come into the game since quarter time. Goes for a long kick over the centre half forward position. Salmon! He's got it. He had to sit that time all the way, Salmon. Phillips complaining, but he grabbed the mark. Let's watch that again. You can see him coming from well back. And he's grabbed it on the second go. So he's got a chance to kick goal number 7 from about 45 metres out. And of course, this will put the Bombers back 37 points in front again. His fella, no doubt. Well, he could break the league record for goal, but he's up target that time. Oh, there's a mark taken down there by Izzard. He's called play on. They've all stood there watching him. He's put it through for a goal. Well, they went to sleep then. You've got to pick up your players, and the difference now, 37 points in favour of Essendon. 13-10-88. The Collingwood 8 goals, 351.
3 goals to Alan Izzard, and as I mentioned, and as you pointed out, the bad defence, they all stood around. Except Izzard.
Right. Well, he decided, the umpire called the mark, decided to play on, and wisely so too. Good play on the part of Izzard. Both he and Williams have really come into the game, Pete.
They have, yes, the little men cutting them the ribbons. Not to mention Paul Salmon with a total of 6 goals, 3. Izzard has 3.
Just on the 17-minute mark of this third quarter, and the Bombers 37 points in front. The Collingwood players looking a little bit dejected, but they've put up a pretty good show in this match here today.
37 points on Seven's big league, just past the 17-minute mark of the third term.
Centre bounce again. Knocked out by Fellows, dominated the centre bounces. A hand pass coming back there to Danaher, playing at centre half, back over to Donnell. Donnell's kick is a short one, looking for Harvey. It'll bounce the wrong way, picked up by Abernethy, runs into trouble. He gave a hand pass. It'll be a free kick to Abernethy against Essendon. He's talking to Williams about it. He was hit after he got rid of the ball. So Abernethy with the ball out there at half back now for Collingwood. And boy, do they need a goal here on this very hot day. Danaher at the back. There's a great mark taken by the Bomber skipper. Kick is high, back towards that half-forward line again. Williams, the second grab, not much attention paid to him. He takes an easy mark out there on the wing position.
Williams having a great third quarter. We mentioned he got up to a slow start, but it's a Collingwood ball now. Van der Haar, will he make a mistake this time? No. Knocks it well back over the shoulder to the extent of some 20 metres. Folds and Barham. And it will be out of bounds. Left forward pocket for the Magpies. Badly needing a goal, facing a deficit of 37 points. Throw in forward pocket. Walsh does the ruck work for Essendon. Williams grabbed. Did he have possession? No free kick. Waterson's there. So too is Folds. Finally comes out to Waterson. He's gone for a hand pass. Barham may gain possession. No, he doesn't. Good bump by Brian Wood. It's out of bounds again. Almost in the identical position to 30 seconds or so back. Walsh doing battle with Pickin. Neither gets a decisive tap out. It's left to Pickin. We'll put it down as a kick, but it only went 1.5 metres. Williams burrowing in as usual. Over to Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw's kick 30 metres downfield. Thompson, good mark. Danaher around Richardson. Mullane, just about in my book, Collingwood's most consistent player. Oh, chipping in beautifully was Baker to keep it away from Richardson. Brilliant play. He's got some to contend with. He might be out of bounds, and that was the only flaw in that passage of play from him. Baker looking very fit. Williams is back from a bit of a knock. Knocked down by Walsh. Again, not a decisive tap away. Richardson going down. So too does Williams with his teammate Baker. Again, it's going to be a bounce.
Collingwood's disposal has deteriorated, Pete, too.
Let's see what happened to Darren Williams there.
He got one in the eye.
Manson uses that one out to Walsh. The two number 30s do battle. It's left to Danaher. Good tackle. Loose ball. Picked up by Van der Haar, crashing his way through with Bolt. Thompson caught by Rains. Still has possession. Breaks one tackle, can't break another. Could have been penalised for a throw. Essendon's ball, though, it goes to Waterson. Out the Hawker, chipping in Abernethy from right centre wing. He's gone for a pass, unfortunately for Collingwood, though it's too long for Neville Shaw. It's out of bounds on the right half-forward flank.
Just on the 24-minute mark of this third quarter, the difference still 37 points.
21-minute.
21-minute mark, is it? It's a funny clock they got up there. I bet not take much notice of it.
I wouldn't if I were you, no.
Okay. Ball cleared away again, but intercepted by Mullane. And as Pete said, he's put up a pretty good show again. Tony Shaw with a hand pass back to Williams. But on the line, did he get one in the back? The umpire said no, it's out of bounds. So it's out of bounds on Collingwood's, or on their forward. No, it'll be a kick out in the full, so it'll be a penalty free kick going down there to Essendon and Foles to take the free kick. As I said before, Foles came on late in the first quarter, but he's played fairly well too, and he's had plenty of mates since they've got into top gear. Over to Baker. Baker goes for a pass, and Watson's got it. Well, we've seen Timmy play better games, but he's still been doing pretty well. He's been a pretty valuable player, as usual. The ball dropping short again, and there's a mark to Danaher, but they didn't make much progress, Essendon. They're still on that half-back line, well, up towards the wing position. The 15-metre penalty, this brings him up to the wing now. So this gives Danaher a big chance to send them deep into attack. He's gone for the long kick out wide, looking for Merritt, with the ball punched out of bounds on Essendon's half-forward line, about 75 metres around from their goal. And Essendon at this stage of the match are 13-10-88 to Collingwood 8-3-51. And Collingwood starting to fall into a mess. Well, missed that time by Manson, picked up by Hawker over to Wood, a fumble, but he's got time to recover now. He's lost it again. And there's nearly a free kick to Collingwood. I think it'll go there to Williams.
He's given it in the back.
Yes, Williams will get the free kick. Well, they all played like this guy, they wouldn't be so far behind because he puts in all the time. Oof. Oh, there's one a free kick. It'll go there to Neville Shaw round the neck. And Shaw to take the free kick on the centre wing position. Billy Pickin down there doing battle with Van der Haar. They're both coming across for it now. Van der Haar flies over the top of him. The umpire didn't pay the mark, and rightly so too. It's finally pushed out. It'll go towards the boundary line, and it's out of bounds in Collingwood's forward pocket position, about 50 or 40 metres around from their goal. Well, he got over the top of Pickin, got it the first time, got it again, but then juggled it, but not long enough. There's a hurried kick by Fowles over the head that time of Thompson. Back to Rains, back to Williams, back to Rains again. Getting nowhere pretty quickly. Collingwood up high again. Richardson flies. Van der Haar and Essendon it is. Back it goes there. A scrimmage going on. A stack up, and the umpire will ball. No, he's called play on us. Hawker comes out of the pack, gets a quick hand pass over to Van der Haar. Well tackled Collingwood that time by Shaw. Out towards Watson, down he goes, picked up by Abernethy. Over to Mullane, he breaks clear, goes for a short pass out to Neville Shaw. Got it from his own out there on the boundary line. Goes for a pass to his brother Tony, a snap at goal. Will it make it? It's through, and through for 1 point. So it's 36 points the difference in favour of Essendon.
8-4 to 13-10 on Sevens Big League. 23.5 minutes have gone. You have to kick that in again. Essendon, who's played brilliantly for Essendon. He's capped it off with 3 good goals, and he seems a yard faster, if that's possible, from last year. Danaher having a good third quarter, but he couldn't mark that one. He might get a free kick just the same for interference. And such is the case, as indicated by the umpire. Essendon skipper's kick marked by Leon Baker on left centre wing. Baker, whose disposal is usually pretty good, finds Walsh marking in front of Williams. He's put it high, usually indicating either Salmon or Merritt could be underneath it, or Clark crashes into his own teammate in Merritt. Thompson on his own in the forward pocket is Brian Wood. About 35 metres from goal, he's decided to go for a pass. Did he play on? I heard a whistle. He might be a little bit lucky and get away with this.
I'd say the Bombers are doing it rather easy at the moment, Pete.
On the bit.
Yeah.
There was a leg in the air.
And with racing parlance, they say that, don't they?
Yes, they look pretty comfortable at the moment. I think you pointed out one of the shortcomings of Collingwood's game was their poor disposal.
That's right.
Brian Wood, left or right forward pocket. A chance to bring up his first goal, getting plenty of advice, predictably, from the Collingwood Social Club stand, in which he's just in front. Brian Wood has missed that shot. It's 1 behind. And so the scoreboard moving around to 13 goals, 11 it is, to 8-4. See Lowry back on. 52 to 89. Difference of 37 points. That time the kick out is a little bit better. Taken by Gordon Sumner. Sumner just up from fullback. Underneath it is Gaffer and also Abernethy. Knocked away by Thompson. He knocks it brilliantly back to Donnell. Donnell goes for a short pass, and that's a gem. It's taken by Hawker. Essendon not doing anything wrong at the moment. Hawker too goes for a pass. Trying to find Salmon. Salmon onto the right foot. Oh, that's a pretty good mark, dragged in by little Clark. Even the little guys take screamers, and as you can see, he's directly in front of goal.
Well, there's the mark in replay again. That was a great mark by Clark. Much shorter than Manson, and of course he was in front, but timed it well.
5 kicks and 3 handballs to Clark.
Well, he's only about 20 metres out directly in front. What's he done with it? 1 point. So luckily for Collingwood, they're off target because they've had most of the play this quarter. 8 goals, 4-52 Collingwood to Essendon 13-12, 90. And I think we said just before half-time, things are not looking too good for the Magpies. This is a mighty strong side, Essendon. And is it any wonder they're favourites for the flag already? Short pass, and Mullane's got the mark down there on the back pocket position. Played a fair game today, Mullane, too. Forward with a hand pass coming over now to Richardson. Richardson's kick is a high one, but no one there for Collingwood. He's dropped the Mark Thompson, but he's got time to pick it up. That's Mark Thompson back there to Danaher. Steadies, short pass. Walsh goes for it, grabs it on the second go, goes to play on. He's got a 15-metre penalty because Williams went over the mark. Didn't bother taking that. That's how easy they're going. Williams dropped one. Good play on the part of Barham. Gets clear, a hand pass back to Williams. Williams goes for a short pass, looking for Pickin. Did he give him one on the back? The umpire said no, and it's a good mark to Vanderhaar. He's played a great game here today. Over to Brian Wood. Waterson it is. He looks like Wood as the ball comes back there now. Picked up by Watson. Watson at centre field. A long kick up there. It falls a bit short, but it's okay. And a good mark taken here by Ezard, who's already kicked 3 goals up to this stage of the match. Got a chance for 4 because he's only about 40 metres out from goal directly in front.
11 kicks, 3 handballs and 2 marks to Ezard.
There's the kick on its way. Oh, he's up target. Oh, did Merritt mark that? No. It's through for 1 point. So the Bombers still having putt shots at that goal. And luckily for Collingwood, they're not on target. 8 goals, 4-52 to Essendon. 13 goals, 13-97. The ball back into the ground, centre half forward position again for Essendon. A hand pass comes out quickly. Williams in the van there, couldn't get clear. In goes Richardson, overruns the ball. Hawker gets it out to Mike Thompson. A hand pass coming back to Roger Merritt. He gets it over now to Ezard. A snap at goal. Is it coming around enough? The pack flying. Good play on the part of Gayfer that time and knocks it through for 1 point. So they move on to 13-14, 92 Essendon to Collingwood, 8 goals, 4-52. And as we said a couple of times, they just seem to be coasting to me, Essendon, Pete.
They kicked 4 goals, 6 in this quarter. It's been a great kick out from full back. And in fact, it's a free kick in the end. It's Gayfer, I think. What's Abernathy? Started off well, Abernathy. And again, we could apply the same to the rest of the Collingwood side. They kicked the first 2 goals of the match. Waterson out of bounds on the full. Was it? Yes, says the boundary umpire. Free kick to the Magpies. It will be taken by, in my book, about their best player, and Darren Mullane. Although Mark Williams has certainly led by example from the captain's position. Rains and Big Madden back on the ground. Madden takes the mark predictably over the top of his smaller opponent.
Well, he's been off the ground for nearly 2 quarters, Pete.
Yeah. And they're still doing well. That's a good mark by Phillips in front of Merritt. He's played fairly well.
Played very well the first half, but he's faded out in this quarter.
Phillips, kick number 6. Well, the 2 big guys spoil each other there. Vanderhaar and Madden. Abernathy, Smith fumbles, might get a second chance. He does so, gets it over to Tony Shaw. Shaw's gone for a short pass, and that's a beauty. The mark taken by Burgess. Burgess has kicked 1 goal for Collingwood. Need to be a good kick to score from there. 9 kicks and 2 marks to Burgess so far. And 1 goal, 1. Now, he would need to allow for the breeze. It's about a 10-knot job. Kick for the left goal post would be the desired one. Too tall, Madden. Over the top of Pickin.
I think Billy's lost his spring too a bit, Pete.
Didn't get off the ground there.
No.
A bit like the Plains at Easter. Madden's kick. Marked by Donnell, but the siren has gone for the end of the 3rd term. And at 3/4 time, Essendon with a very handy lead over Collingwood. They have an advantage of 40 points. 13-14. 92 to the Magpies. 8-4. 52 at Victoria Park. Final quarter in our match of the day, round 1 for season 1986. Essendon leading by 40 points after kicking 4-6 to 1-1 during the 3rd quarter. Socket off the ground by Madden, and a good 35-yard kick too. Chance for Essendon goal. This is as easy as they get. Clark running into an open goal, and he's put it through after only 22 seconds of play in the final quarter. Essendon by 46 points.
Good play on the part of Madden. They're getting the ball away from the centre smartly.
It's just what Collingwood didn't need, Lou.
That's right. Kicked it off the ground, and of course out wide. A bit of a bad luck for the Collingwood player going down, and Clark, ever the opportunist, picked it up and ran into an easy goal.
Had Collingwood been able to get that one, maybe it could have been a different story, but not so. Clark's first goal. Back into the centre, 46 points now in favour of the reigning title holders. Outspins Waterson, gets his kick in, which he delivers out towards the right half forward flank. Abernathy and Essendon. Essendon, one of Essendon's best players today. He's kept it off with 3 goals. It bounces just inside the line. The chances for Glowry is well shepherded by Burgess. Oh, close to the boundary line. Just inside, I think. Yes, it will be a boundary throw-in.
Well, since quarter time, the Magpies' disposal has really let them down. Their hand pass has gone all astray. Their kicking is anywhere, Pete.
Essendon's has been good. It looks like a rugby scrum. I mean, it's going to be a bounce. Right half forward flank for Essendon. 1.5 minutes gone. Final quarter. 14-14 to 8-4 on Seven's big league. Down by Madden. Williams fumbles. Shaw trying to get clear, not having any success. Has left a big Roger Merritt to try and crash through. Manson over the top of him. It might be a free kick. Looks like a tag team wrestle. Now the umpire, I think, might have played the advantage rule. And players continued downfield. Wood grabbed by Morwood. Thompson. Baker. Short pass. Madden drops it, but it won't matter. He's got time enough to build a block of flats. Abernathy fumbles, tries to get it away from Essendon. It goes to Watson, though, who also fumbles. Maybe the heat's got to a few of these guys. Now, let's see what big Roger Merritt can do if he gets a favourable bounce. He crashes into Abernathy, gets it over to Essendon. Essendon can't get clear. Now he does. Breaks one tackle. Over to Thompson. He, too, has got the fumbles. Over to Watson. Back to Essendon for goal number 4. Now it's going to Salmon for goal number 7. Just past the 2-minute mark of the final quarter. Essendon bring up their second for the term, 15-14 to 8-4.
Well, that puts them 52 points in front. Well, as Pete said, they were all fumbling the ball, but it didn't matter because Collingwood couldn't do much about it. And Essendon could have easily kicked this goal, and typical of a rover, unselfish, hand passed over to the full forward to give him 7 goals on the board. So it's a fine start for Salmon today. Ball knocked out that time by Manson, pushed on by Baker, knocked on again by Williams. There we see Gayford trying to get the hand pass out, intercepted by Walsh. They can't do much about it. Collingwood, they're putting up little resistance. That comes out, and the umpires decided to ball it up. Essendon doing it easily. 15-14, 104 to Collingwood, 8 goals, 4-52, a difference of 52 points. And we're only about 3 minutes into this last quarter. Knocked out by Roger Merritt. Intercepted by Neville Shaw. Hand pass coming over to Mullane, who's played very well today, and they haven't had many good players since quarter time, Collingwood. Kicked off the ground by Tony Shaw, back to Mullane again. Woods after him, but he gets a hand pass back there to Abernathy, playing at half back today. He's got a defensive role, the ball falling short as they go now for Rains. He started off okay, but he's faded out. He goes down there. Good strong play by Mick Thompson, a hand pass back to Mark Thompson. And he's been a pretty good player. The 2 Thompson boys are playing well. This is knocked away from Watson over to Fowles. His kick is not a good one. Abernathy again. So Abernathy's picked up quite a few possessions.
14 kicks, Lou, and 2 marks, 4 handballs.
So that's not bad. Back it goes to Baker. Williams couldn't get clear. Baker still taps the ball out to Watson. There's a long hand pass. Burgess grabbed it. Well tackled that time by Clark. Backing up. Oh, Roger Merritt copped the 2 of them that time, and he goes down. And the umpire said it would be a free kick against him for holding the ball. He's not happy about it either. Oh, look at Roger going after the umpire. Could be a 15-metre penalty here. Well, he's still going after the umpire, and the runner tell him to get back into position. You don't see Merritt do that very often, Pete.
He'd be wise to quieten down. I don't think he'd like to get booked.
He reckons he was infringed, that he gave the free kick against him. So we've still got the ball out there on that half-back line for Collingwood. This is going to go through till midnight because it was about 15 minutes late starting. Ball back out there towards the Collingwood half-forward line. A mark dropped that time by Morwood. It finally comes out to Clark. A long hand pass punched away by Barham. It's knocked back again. Collingwood can't break through this strong Essendon side. Wood gets a hand pass over to Mick Thompson. They're way on running again.
Thompson's kick down to the half-forward line. A little too long for Izzard, and Smith takes the mark. Izzard might give away 15 metres. Smith, former Swans player. Back up towards Burgess. Up towards right centre wing. First to it is Glenn Hawker beating Richardson, who indeed has had a dirty day, and he's just about caught with the ball that time. Rebound goes to Donnell on the boundary line. Is it over? Yes, and we will see a boundary throw in pretty well on the centre wing position. Fairly well. Donnell, banana bender. Only 9 kicks, 3 marks, but 5 handballs as he came on, but it has been very effective. Madden down to Mullane. He certainly tried. So is the man wearing exactly half his number, and skipper Mark Williams. A bit more endeavour from the rest of them. Collingwood may have been closer, but the scoreboard indicating 52 to 104, and they're exactly 50%. The Magpies. Clark kicked the first goal of the final term, getting ridden into the ground by Tony Shaw. The end result was obvious. Clark on left centre wing to take the free kick. Short pass to Thompson. Michael Thompson's kick, trying to find Salmon. Lowry was there. Off the hands of Izzard. It rebounds to Williams. Gets clear of Smith. He's chipped it back the other way. And Phillips taking a very strong mark. Over to Pickin. Kicking style of old was there. Leon Baker takes the mark. Danaher had a very good third quarter around Phillips. Short pass back to Pickin. Oh dear, oh dear. Williams even fumbles, makes amends by breaking 2 tackles. High ball in towards centre field. In fact, a little bit further than that. The rebound was to Sumner, but he can't quite gather it in. Good opposition from Wood, knocked away by Danaher. Picked up by Morwood. Morwood towards the right half-forward flank, trying to find Richardson. Almost grabbed, but not in possession. Crowd looking for a free kick down there. Donnell picks it up well for Essendon. Walsh. Thompson. Essendon looking good. Madden. Long kick by the former skipper. Salmon behind. Couldn't take the grab. Off the ground from Izzard. Is it a mark? Merritt claiming it. Smith was there. I don't think so. Wasn't the required 15 metres. Down goes Gafer. Now the umpire comes in to speak to a couple of players. The whistle has gone. Merritt and Manson having a few words. Big Roger.
He was upset about that decision before, but he's still having a go at it.
He is.
It's really made him irate because he went after the umpire after the decision was against him. And of course, he's having a go now, and it's unwise of Roger because they soon pounce on you today, don't they?
Who's got the kick, or is it going to be a bounce?
I don't think the umpires know either. I think they've become a little bit rattled. They'll ball it up.
That might be the best decision. 8-4 to 15-14. 52 points the difference.
And the ball is at that position about 15 metres outside the Essendon goal. They're leading by 52 points. Knocked out by Merritt, comes down to Williams. Over it goes to Smith, but that's a shocker of a kick, and it's out of bounds on the fall, and a penalty free kick will go to Essendon. The Magpies can't do a thing right since quarter time. They've looked a pretty ordinary side, but then again, you'd be taking a lot of credit away from this mighty Essendon team. They are a fantastic football side. They've got so many versatile players in their lineup. There's the kick. And that's what I was talking about. Look at that for a goal from Williams. How about that? And that just about sums Essendon up.
Williams' first goal.
It was a crackerjack goal, wasn't it?
Right from the boundary line. 16-14. 110 to 8 goals for 52.
Look at that for a shot. And of course, when you start doing that and you're down as far as Collingwood are, you can't. It starts to break your heart even more.
13 kicks, 6 handballs, 3 marks to Darren Williams, and that was his first goal.
Well, they've got a good average of kick getters in their side, and that's the way you win matches, with everybody doing their job. The centre bounce again, knocked out that time by Manson. Back to Shaw, he kicks it off the ground, but there's no one there for Collingwood. Coming across to meet it is the Essendon skipper. Danaher picks it up, and he's played well since quarter time too. A good mark to Mullane, Collingwood's best player, as he sends the ball deep into attack. The pack fly. Oh, there's a great mark. was a crackerjack mark that time taken by McEwen. Hey, golly, did he get over the pack? That might have been wasted playing him at the defence. That was a great mark, Peter.
It's one of the grabs of the day.
Now he's about 25, 30 metres out from goal directly in front. And, of course, Collingwood really down the drain. 110 points, Essendon to Collingwood 52. To say they badly need a goal is the understatement of the year. He squeezed that one through for a badly needed goal for Collingwood. So Essendon still looking good. 16-14, 110 to Collingwood. 9 goals for 58.
McEwen's first goal, Barron 3, Pickin 2, and singles to Richardson, Burgess, Tony Shaw and McEwen. The goal kickers for Collingwood.
Well, he hasn't been in the play much, McEwen. I think he's had about 5 or 6 possessions all day, and that was certainly a great mark to make amends for his little bit of lack of form.
Sevens Big League from Victoria Park. It's going to be a runaway win to the reigning premiers, going for their 3rd premiership in succession. 16-14 to 9-4. Knocked down by Madden, but it's picked up by Tony Shaw. Down to right half forward, or putting his head down and coming off second best was Rains. He lost possession. Morwood tries to get it out wide, not successful. Now it's left to Manson to try and get it back to Richardson. Over to Wood. It has gone. It's going to be a free kick, and Wood will get it.
It was against Richardson, Pete.
A high tackle on Brian Wood.
A little bit frustrated. He's been well covered today.
Wood hasn't had that many kicks himself. He's been in the play more, though, than Richardson by the same token.
Well, I think Richardson's had about 7 possessions up to this stage of the match.
Well done from Burgess. Gets pinned, though, by Darren Williams. That was a great tackle. Now Richardson's turn. He's got the hand pass back to Gafer. Gafer's kick lacking in distance. Morwood. 20-metre hand pass over to Sumner. Sumner around Thompson. Fires at goal. He hasn't squeezed that one in, I don't think. And one behind. Kick by Sumner. Collingwood's 5th, 9-5-59. Remember, they had 4-1 on the board at quarter time, and Essendon 16 goals, 14. Terry Danaher, bomber skipper, to bring the ball back. He had a great 3rd quarter after being fairly quiet for him, certainly in the first 2 terms. Mullane, in my book, Collingwood's best player.
He's shaping up as one of the best players on the ground, Pete.
12 kicks, 4 marks and 7 handballs to Mullane. Vanderhaar. Over to Baker, under Hawker, and away go the Essendon machine again. Hawker on right centre wing, well shepherded by big Roger Merritt, gets around Burgess, even a fumble around Richardson. Now he chips it back out towards the wing position, and the mark is taken by Williams, or is it not allowed? It doesn't matter. Hawker again. Hawker, short pass over the top was big Salmon. It's left to Ezard, though, to have a pot shot at goal. Will it bounce through? No, not this time. 1 point. Essendon's totaled 111 now. Collingwood 9-5, and the last quarter in progress 13.5 minutes. Ball comes back into play. That's where Collingwood have let themselves down. Their disposal. At least one kick I can remember out from fullback today resulted in a goal. I think it was kicked by Michael Thompson.
The goal was kicked by Thompson, yeah.
When Lowry kicked in short from that end in the 2nd quarter, which is a cardinal sin. Merritt in front, doing battle with Manson. There's no loss between those two at the moment. And there will be a free kick to the big Collingwood ruckman. Manson just up from the back pocket, that awkward kicking style. Sort of reminds me a little bit of Kevin Rose here a few years ago. Loose ball on centre wing. It's left to Thompson to pick it up at Essendon. Thompson down towards left forward pocket, trying to find Walsh. Has to beat 2 opponents, couldn't do so. And Collingwood come clear through Abernathy. Abernathy's kick up towards the centre wing position. Morwood got underneath the ball. Wood couldn't take the mark. Down goes Madden. Folds, down likewise. Good tackle. Sumner comes up with the ball. Free kick.
Free kick to Essendon. 111 points, Essendon to Collingwood 59, a difference of 52 points. They're doing it easy now as the ball is grabbed by Danaher, shot across to centre half forward. A mark to Williams. He'll hand pass to Watson out there at half forward. Balks, straightens up, has a long shot at goal. But fortunately for Collingwood, he's off target and it's through for 1 point. So it's 53 points the difference now. And we're just on the 15-minute mark of this last quarter. 59 plays, 112. Kick into play again. Chance now for a mark, and it's grabbed by Gafer. He's played a serviceable game today, Pete. A hand pass coming back now from Neville Shaw back to Richardson. He can't do a thing right. It is picked up by Gayfer again. A hand pass coming over there to Tony Shaw, looking for Williams, and found him. It was a good pass. And Williams would be well within kicking distance, only about 35 metres out from goal. On a slight angle, you can see the distance there on screen. And of course, the Collingwood skipper is put in all day, but that's typical of his play.
16 kicks to Williams, 5 handballs and 3 marks.
Well, he's in there trying all the time, trying to set that example. Well, he sets the example. It's up to the other players to follow it, Pete, as he fires at the goals now. Let's see the kick. Hit the post, so he's off target, and it makes the difference. A little close, but still a long way away. 9 goals, 660 Collingwood to Essendon, 16-16, 112. A difference of 58 points. Is that 58 points? 52 points, I think it is. The ball back into play again. There's a chance for Burgess to snatch that one away, but he couldn't do so, and the umpires found a free kick. It'll go to Williams for one in the back. So Watson, they were trying to be a bit smart that time, but it's come off as we see a hand pass coming out now to Mick Thompson. That was from Clark. The ball back to centre half forward. Billy Pickin's got the chance. Couldn't hold that one. I thought I would have paid that as it's knocked over to Walsh from Merritt. Back it goes again. Smith can't get clear. He taps it out to Tony Shaw. He takes too long to get rid of it. Finally, it's knocked away by Abernethy over to Billy Pickin again. A hand pass to Shaw. It's too long. Are they making some mistakes? Collingwood's Hawker grabs the ball at centre half forward. Let's fly at the goals. Trying to tell Collingwood how that's how you go about it, but it's through for 1 point. So it's 53 points the difference. 16 minutes gone of this last quarter. And there's the scoreboard. 9 goals, 660 to Essendon. Their score is 16-17, 113.
Abernethy fumbles. In comes Clark and just about pinches it from him. Smith. Umpire has found a free kick. And it's going to Darren Clark. Stephen Clark. Darren Clark. He's a 400-metre runner. I tell you what, this guy's just as fast. Not over 400 metres, but he's shown most opponents a clean pair of heels today. Madden. Beautiful long left footer. Oh, beautiful goal, Madden. Guided it through. And another goal for the reigning premiers, and they'll be hard to beat in 86, believe me. 17-17 to 9-6.
Good play on the part of Stephen Clark. He spotted, centred the ball right to Madden. And Madden with a left foot. It was a long one. And a lovely goal.
Essendon finishing full of running. Madden's first. Just past the 18-minute mark of the final quarter. 60 players, 119, so 59 points the difference in favour of Essendon. Picked up by Gayfer now. Gayfer's kick is a high one out towards the centre wing position. Rains. Grab, but maybe too high. Whistle has gone. The advantage raw paid. Shaw. That's Tony Shaw over to Neville Shaw. Short pass down to Richardson that eludes him, but he hasn't had a good day. Hawker and Barham. In comes Danaher. Phillips a little bit late on the scene. The ball out towards the outer side. Watson.
Not a Collingwood player within a mile here, Pete.
No, all Essendon. Now late on the scene was Gayfer. Over to Clark it comes. Merritt. So Essendon certainly proving themselves the fitter side at the moment. And when you get tired, your skills go off. Salmon will miss the mark. Should have taken that one. Izzard waiting for the crumbs, does it well. A pot-shotted goal, though, is way off target. It's out of bounds on the full. And so it will be a Collingwood free kick in the right. That's what he wanted to say. You got a spare tongue there, Lou?
I'll borrow one if I can.
A free kick to Collingwood in the right back pocket. As Essendon coast to what will be a fairly convincing win if we ever get the ball back. Paul Salmon has 7 goals so far for Essendon. Collingwood's leading goal kicker is Ricky Barham with 3, and Pickin has 2. Izzard also has 3 goals for Essendon. We'll need to build some light towers here shortly because the match started 15 minutes late. And one of the attendants has decided to get over.
This could go through till midnight, this game.
Yeah, a policeman going in after them as well. How's Edna, Lou? Is she
She's
well
good
at the moment?
I don't think she'd be too happy about Collingwood's performance. The thing that...
in the meantime, Bob Rose taking the opportunity to swing an interchange. Manson off for Fellows.
They were, they started off okay, Collingwood, in that first quarter. They looked all right. And even at half-time, they still had a chance, 17 points down. But since then, they haven't been in the race. And Essendon have proved today that they are a real football machine. There's every player on the ground does something each time, you know, when it's called upon, Pete.
Finally, the ball does come back after a new one was just about to come out. At the back, Madden goes for the knock-on. I think we'll be seeing a replay of that. A replay of the kick. Certainly going to be a late finish here at Victoria Park.
It's 4:45 now, a little over 4:45, so I reckon about 5 o'clock we'll see it out. Usually finish at 20:05, don't they?
Yep, still only 20 minutes gone. And so Burgess once again. In front, Fellows. Nearly marks in front of Madden. To Williams, to Mullane. Ball hit him right in the face. So where's Fellows from centre half back? Down who went the knock on. It goes to Walsh though, picked up by Watson. Tim Watson from centre field looks for and finds Roger Merritt paddling the ball in front of him. Opposition from Pickin. Smith comes in to lend a hand. Can he get clear? No. Great tackle, Paul Salmon. However, it is a Collingwood free kick. Have to be a pretty good tackle from mine. Richardson not having a good day. Clark right there with him. He may be a little lucky here to get the free kick for being held when not in possession. And so Mike Richardson from the centre half back position to get Collingwood out of danger momentarily. He's gone for the pass. It's taken by Smith. Smith up to centre field, looking for and finding Williams. Breaks that tackle well from Brian Wood. Williams clear. Watson in pursuit. He's gone for a short one. The mark taken should have been taken by Barham. Barham's kicked 3. Collingwood's leading goal kicker. He's tried to get it back to Williams. Around Brian Wood. The left foot snapshot. Not good. The mark by Danaher.
Well, Collingwood players are so out of a position every time the ball goes into attack. There's about 3 Essendon defenders on their own to take the mark. As we saw Danaher there, the ball comes out wide now to Foles. Still not a Collingwood player within Gooey. This gives him plenty of time to get balance and go for a short pass and find Harvey out there on the edge of the square. Abernathy been brought back to the mark. Actually a 15-metre penalty against him. The ball shot over the half-forward line. Looking there for Sam at the back. Taps the ball on beautifully over there to Hazard. And another goal. That's his 4th. That was great play on the part of Salmon. Could have easily grabbed that mark or gone for it. So it's 9 goals, 660 Collingwood to Essendon, 18-17, 125. Watch that again. Tapped it on, spotted him there, and Hazard, the ever-alert Hazard, put it through for his 4th goal. So they're doing it easily, and every time, as I said before, the ball goes down to Collingwood's forward line, there's about 4 or 5 defenders walking around on their own for Essendon. Well, that's about the picture all over the ground too, I would say.
Yes, it was not Hazard that pounces on the crumbs, it's Clark, isn't it?
Yeah, centre bounce again. It'll be Fellows against Madden. Fellows got that one out, not a good one. Richardson's grab, gets a hand pass back to Mullane, back to Tony Shaw. Short pass. Punched away here by Timmy Watson. Good defensive play, and the ball is out of bounds. Not much chance that time for Neville Shaw. The ball out of bounds on Collingwood's half-forward line, but a heck of a distance around from their goal. Madden taps the ball down. Mullane tries to pick it up. Donnell goes and smothers it. Balances himself okay. Has he put it out of bounds on the full? Yes, he has, and Billy Pickin will take the penalty-free kick out there on the centre wing position. Essendon 18 goals, 17, 125 to Collingwood 9, 660. Up to Collingwood's half-forward line. The pack fly. Madden was grabbed, couldn't hold the mark. Harvey goes in, spoil his own man Williams that time, and Williams has got a chance, but Madden taps the ball back on again. Tony Shaw's there. He's the one that comes out of the pack with the ball. Back a chance for Watson. Didn't attempt to mark that. Played it right. Went for the knock on. The ball's forced out of the bounce again. This time by Mark Thompson. So it's still on Collingwood's half-forward line, about 70 metres around from their goal. Still very hot here today. Around about the 33-35 mark. Short kick by Thompson over to Donnell, and the ball is out of bounds again. So we've got a bit of a stalemate here. The ball is certainly not moving away from that half-forward position. And we're just on the 25-minute mark of the quarter. So it's going to be a nice, comfortable win for the Bombers to start the season off. And they're going to be a mighty hard side to beat for the 1986 flag. A hand pass coming over there. That time from Williams, picked up by Harvey, going for a long kick, looking for Salmon, got his hands, but couldn't hold the mark. He recovers well, taps it on over to little Clark. He has a running shot at goal, but it's off target and through for 1 point. Isn't that at about the big fella Salmon. If he can't mark the ball, he'll certainly look for somebody else to give it to, Pete.
Yes, he's kicked 7 himself, given a couple away. But a good performance by Essendon. 18-18 to 9-6, a difference of 66 points. Baker has it knocked away by Williams. Donnell puts the body in well. He shot at a hand pass. The recipient is Harvey. Haven't seen much of him today, but that's a pretty good goal. And Harvey puts it through. Another goal to the Bombers, and the scoreboard on Sevens Big League, 19 goals. Essendon 19-18, 132. Collingwood 9-6-60.
Well, that's a deficit of 72 points. We watched that again. But that's the beauty. Pete said he hasn't seen much of Harvey, but you can't keep him down all day. They keep on bobbing up all the time. They've had so many players in and out the game, it's very difficult to pick their outstanding play. Even Harvey's had 10 kicks and a couple of hand passes, Pete.
For 1 goal.
Yeah. So he hasn't been all that bad, really, has he?
60 to 132 in favour of Essendon, a runaway win. So their percentage tonight will, of course, be well over the 200 mark. Down towards left half forward for Essendon. In pursuit was Pickin, but Clark coming out of it. And by gee, he is fast, this fellow. This is his namesake, Darren. This is Donnell. Clark. It's not a bad sort of a shot either. He was just missed at 1 point. So the Bombers finishing full of running. They've been cut to pieces. Collingwood by the small players, Clark and Izzard. And of course they've had Paul Salmon, Merritt. They're all still there. Looks like an as-you-were Essendon, doesn't it, from the last couple of years. Abernethy playing time out on the final term. Sumner. Barham. Or Morwood it was, rather. Out to Gaffer. Back to Morwood. Long hand pass again. Shot at goal. That was by Neville Shaw. And what's Neville done with it? It's a goal. So some respectability added to the Collingwood total as Neville Shaw brings up the goal at the 27.25 minute mark. Collingwood's 10th, 10-6-66 to 19-19, 133.
Still a long way down the drain as we watch that play again. Gaffer over to Morwood. A chance for Neville Shaw. He started off very well in the first quarter.
17 kicks.
Still he's had 17 kicks, which is not a bad performance, but they're a long way down the drain. 67 points, as a matter of fact. That's a long way to get up. And
50%, isn't it?
That's right.
Essendon scored pretty well. 66 to 133. Knocked away by Fellows, who has done well at the centre bounces, but it hasn't had much effect on the overall result. It's going to be another bounce by the umpire.
They'll have to take a good look at themselves at this early, even at this early stage of the season, Collingwood, because a lot of players that are not up to it, Pete.
It looks that way against Essendon, certainly.
A lot of players.
Tony Shaw burrows in, doesn't he always? Donnell in front of Phillips. Good block. Once again, a bounce. Collingwood supporters obviously thinking that by and large they've had enough because the Sherwin stand is only about 50% full.
Might have gone to the bar.
I think that'd be a good place to go today, wouldn't it? 28.5 minutes gone in the final quarter. Kicked off the ground by Tony Shaw, down to half forward. Baker may gather the crumbs well. He did, and then loses it, but it's going to be a free kick to Thompson, I think.
Out to Baker. Got it in the back, Pete.
It is going to Baker. Out to Mick Thompson. Thompson's kick is a high one, up to half forward. Harvey went the knock on, not successful. Out comes Smith. He might have a chance to gather it again. No, he doesn't. Pickin fumbles. He might have a second chance. There were 3 Collingwood players there. It's left to Shaw. Shaw gets it back to Gaffer. A high tackle, says the umpire. It's going to be a Collingwood free kick for that offence. And it's going to be Tony Shaw to take it. Tony Shaw at half-back. 29 minutes gone.
67 points the difference in favour of Essendon. The ball out wide. Chance here now for Phillips. Goes for a short pass. It's too long for Neville Shaw. He's well covered by Timmy Watson. Balked, but he takes the ball over the line and out of bounds. So it's out of bounds in Collingwood's half-forward line, about 50 metres around from their goal. They're still trailing by 67 points. They did look OK for the first 15 minutes or so and still had a chance at half-time, but this football machine has run over the top of them. Van der Haar having a battle down there with McEwen, comes out on top. He's been a pretty strong player with limited opportunities down there. Hasn't made many mistakes. I can think of one when he dropped an easy mark. Mullane goes for a short pass. Back to Fellows. Well played that time by Donnell. He intercepted, but that's Tony Shaw coming out of the pack. A short pass again. And there'll be a mark to Sumner. Quick hand pass coming over now. A long shot by Abernethy. He's made the distance okay, and the ball is tapped through by McEwen for 1 point. So the difference now is Collingwood 10 goals, 767 to Essendon 19-19, 133. And about 31 minutes have gone, or just over the 30-minute mark of this last quarter. Short pass is a go for Harvey's grab, put off balance. Back it goes to Rains. He runs into trouble there when he runs into Mick Thompson. Thompson kicks it off the ground. Back it goes to Ricky Barron. Scoots around Thompson again. Looks for someone to give the ball to. He's found Tony Shaw about 40 metres out from goal, if that. Shaw's gone for a short pass. It'll be okay. Marked there by McEwen. Now, McEwen would be about 20 metres out, but on a far more difficult angle than Shaw was on.
4 kicks, 2 handballs, 1 goal to McEwen.
Let's see what he can do with this. He took a crackerjack mark before. There's the kick by McEwen, but he's off target, and it's through for a point. So Collingwood move on to 10 goals, 8-68 to Essendon, still 19-19, 133, but it's been a very convincing win by Essendon. Ball out there on that half-back line. They've got the ball again. This is Glenn Hawker. There's the siren to win the match. An easy victory for Essendon, 19-19, 133 to Collingwood, 10-8-68.
And so the 86 season is away and running. Some good wins recorded on the weekend and, of course, disappointments. But every team will have them throughout the season. I'm sure with pro football, though, you'll be able to stick with the game right throughout 1986. And on that note, we look at next week's games. Fitzroy take on Footscray in what should be a very good game. Carlton play host to Richmond. Essendon meet Geelong. Melbourne play St Kilda, while in Sydney on the Sunday, puffing Billy Pickin's Collingwood will take on the Sydney Swans, a team that he knows very well. Well, if there's any game that you'd like to see at the weekend or in future weekends, you know you can do it through Pro Football, because Pro Football have on tape every game that is played at the weekend. And if there is a game, if it's not yours, another team that you'd like to see, then all you've got to do is contact your club for your copy of Pro Football's VFL Football.